catching at Turner Stadium. Tough one for the guys last week. You held Marion in check, just down 13-0 at the break, then a big third quarter for the Knights. What were some of the positives you took away as your team squared off with one of the, not just only one of the top defenses in the country, but one of the top teams in the country as well?
Yeah, I think it's been kind of this way 2 weeks in a row. We've come out and played a good half of football. We didn't sustain enough of it in the second half, both games. The difference, Marion, their defense was, outstanding. The run game, our run game, had some good productivity. Would have had even a little bit more with quarterback run game that we think will be included tonight. So there were a lot of positives, but not enough. And we've got to go back to work and get better each week and get a little bit healthier. We play a really good football team tonight.
Drew Lefevre rushed for over 100 yards. He's the first 100-yard rusher against that Marion defense this year. What led to his success against that Knights defense?
The game plan was we did want to keep balance and, run and pass. And our offensive line, did some good things. And Drew ran the ball north-south. He hit the holes. He had a good night. And he kind of stayed with the game plan. He wasn't trying to create and find his own yards. So we're hopeful to, do that again this week, where we have a unit that's moving the football, both run and pass, more balance, and more weapons that are going to be there tonight.
You obviously get the help back health-wise this week. Zach Saltzgaber back at practice after missing last week at the quarterback spot. Jackson Bronkema back as well, as they're able to come back and help things both offensively and defensively. How's that help practice this week?
Oh, having both of them in practice, suited out, the different ways. Jackson's enthusiasm and just his lift to the defense, and then Zach just being the signal caller and kind of the pivot man of everything. Both of them, it's been a good thing and a good week of practice.
Today's opponent, the St. Francis Cougars, they've been one of the best teams in the MSFA since they started the program up there in Fort Wayne. They've run into some injuries just like you have this year. What makes them different here in 2019?
They're balanced offense, defensively. Their special teams are always good. Defensively, I think their strength is up front. They got good playmakers in the secondary, a little younger at linebacker. But that was only because their linebacker core last year was, among the nation's top players. And then offensively, just much of what you're going to see, that they like to throw the ball down the field. They like to isolate and get matchups with their receivers, sometimes inside and across the middle of the field. And then, good sound running game. So they're a complete football team.
Special week here on the Taylor campus. Tony Dungy, the Hall of Famer and Super Bowl champion coach of the Indianapolis Colts, also coached for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as well, came and spoke in chapel on Monday, but then also after that had a luncheon, but then there was a special time with just Coach Dungy and the Taylor football program. How special was it to have not just a Hall of Fame football coach here, but someone who is a Christ-like man in Coach Dungy here?
Yeah, it was great to have that opportunity to meet him and our players, and he was very generous with his time and his attention. If you've been around him, just his warmth. One of our alums, Patrick Stevens, works for him and works with him in All-Pro Dads, and kind of had the dream of, let's get Tony Dungy to campus for chapel and get him connected with the team. It'd be something he'd like, no doubt. And you could just see his time with the team was probably he's very natural at it, no doubt, and it was really good, insightful. Question and answer period. Our guys gleaned a lot, learned a lot, and just they liked every piece of it. They got out of class excused for it, but it was highly instructive, educational, planted a lot of seeds that he's a unique character, unique person to speak into their lives, and I'm just glad we had him here.
Coach, thanks for the time. We, of course, thank Taylor head coach Ron Korfmacher for his time before today's game. We're ready to go. Taylor wins the toss. They will defer, and that means St. Francis, the number 13th ranked team in the country, will get the ball first to start our game here today. Sunny skies overhead, a chill in the air, and we're underway here from Turner Stadium. The kick goes wide to the near side. Mike Adams, the deep man, was the closest to it, but the kick out of bounds will be a penalty on the opening kickoff of the game here against the Trojans.
Illegal formation of the kicking team, kick out of bounds. The ball will be placed to the 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
That's the voice of Tom Burns, our lead official here today. St. Francis comes in 6-2 overall. Their only 2 losses on the year to number 2 and undefeated Marion and to Siena Heights 2 weeks ago. They're coming off of a 59-20 thrashing of Lawrence Tech last week. First and 10 for Matt Crable, the 6'4 junior quarterback. 17 touchdowns to 5 picks on the year for Crable. He's got Martell Williams, the top back, behind him in the pistol. First and 10, 35-yard line. Williams give left side, trying to bounce it outside, trying to run away from Taylor tacklers. Wolford will tackle him from behind, but not before. It's an 8-yard pickup on first and 10 for Williams.
Picks up 8 on the play.
Williams, a fantastic back, replacing P.J. Dean.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Dean has been hurt throughout a lot of the year. Coming into the afternoon, Williams averaging just about 89 yards per contest. 3 wide receivers on a 2nd and 2. First drive of the game here for St. Francis. They go from left to right. Inside give to Williams, trying to bounce his way forward. He'll shimmy across and get 3 to the USF 41-yard line. First down. First one of the day here for USF.
St. Francis first down.
USF comes in averaging 33 points per ball game. Taylor trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. They come in 2-6. 2 receivers to the near side. The one nearest to us is Dan Rixey, this week's MSFA Mideast Offensive Player of the Week. A single wide receiver to the left and a wing back right. Chest high snap to Crable, looking left. Now comes back to the middle. Pressure comes by Dieris up the middle. Now Crable will tuck and run to the 50, slides just shy of the Taylor 45-yard line. Put him down at the Taylor 48. Or excuse me, at the Taylor 47. Move it all the way back to the 48-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6 on the carry by Crable.
Pickup of 6 will bring up 2nd and 4.
And that moves the ball to the Taylor 48-yard line. 1 first down on the afternoon here so far. 6-yard pickup for Crable. USF going from left to right. They've got 2 wide receivers to the left with Duke Blackwell in the slot left. Williams off the right hip. Crable fakes the handoff, rolling near side, had a wing back down low, throws across, and that pass deflected by Jordan Jackson as Crable is trying to find Blackwell, the slot receiver, coming on a crossing route. Crable completing about 56% of his passes this season. Again, as we mentioned, 17 touchdowns, 5 picks, and he averages just a hair below 200 yards through the air on the year. 3rd and 4 here for St. Francis. It'll be their first 3rd down conversion try of the afternoon. They converted a 43% rate, Taylor holding their opponents to 38%. It's a 3rd and 4 from the Taylor 48, first drive of the game. Chest high snap, Crable throws an out route near side, caught by Rixey. He'll be dropped, but after he gets the yard to gain, it'll be a pickup of 6 to the Taylor 44-yard line. Actually, move it back to the 42-yard line, excuse me. Second first down picked up here of the drive. Quickly going. Crable fakes the handoff. No one there. Throwing a go route near side. Rixey gets behind Daly. He'll catch it to the 15. Outside the numbers. Trying to lean into the end zone. And Rixey's in for a touchdown from 42 yards away. Rixey had 4 touchdown receptions last week. And less than 2 minutes into this opening quarter, Rixey catches a pass for an over 40-yard touchdown completion. And it'll be a 6-0 lead here for USF as they score on a 6-play drive. Or 7-play drive, excuse me. A 42-yard catch by Rixey. And the extra point is up and good by Gavin Gardner. So a quick-moving drive expands 65 yards for USF, and they lead 7-0 in a drive that spans 1 minute and 58 seconds. We're back with more after this in the kickoff, next on the Trojan Sports Network. A quick-moving drive for USF ends in Dan Rixey's 8th touchdown reception of the year, and it's a 7-0 USF lead as they score on their opening drive. Jack James will handle the kickoff duties for USF. Dejon Cotton and Trey Burdine are the deep men here for the Trojans. It'll be an onside kick try. Will it go 10 yards? It does as James falls on it just across the Taylor 45-yard line, recovering at the 46. The Trojans get caught on an onside kick, and USF has got the ball back for the second time in a matter of seconds. Better field position this time for St. Francis as they'll start 1st and 10 from their own 46, moving from left to right, leading 7-0. But an onside kick by Jack James. He just kicked it forward. He saw the Trojan front line of the kickoff return, retreating back to take a deep kickoff, and he caught the Trojans napping. 7-0 USF lead. They try to add to it on a 1st and 10 from the middle of the field at their own 46. Crable in the pistol with a man behind him, takes a chest-high snap, drops 3, throws a bomb to the far side, trying to find Rocky James, makes the catch on the far sideline, and he's in for a long touchdown catch. This one will go for 54 yards, but a flag is back all the way at the USF 41-yard line. So hold your horses, everybody. John Doherty talking with our head official, Tom Burns.
Holding. Offense number 72. 10-yard penalty for the previous spot. Repeat. First down.
So the holding penalty against the center, Landon Myers. So take away the 54-yard touchdown reception of the far sideline to Rocky James as Crable goes to the air. It would have been his 3rd straight completion and his 2nd touchdown in as many passes. Instead, move the ball back to the 36-yard line. First penalty against USF today. They come in averaging almost 8 penalties per ball game and 76 yards on those penalties. 7-0 USF lead, but they've got the ball right back after converting on an onside kick. Dylan Hunley wide to the left. Blackwell and James to the near side. Actually make that Rixey to the near side. A wing back right. Crable looks, throws far side, caught by Hunley. Runs into 2 Taylor defenders, trying to get to the USF 45-yard line. It'll be to the 44, a pickup of 8. 3rd straight completion for Crable, and the first catch of the day for Dylan Hunley.
Crable's pass complete to Huntley. Picks up 8 on the play. We'll bring up 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12, as you can hear from our PA announcer, Cameron Andrew. Hunley wide to the left, his first catch of the day. Rixey wide to the near side, and they got Blackwell in the slot to the right, and a slot receiver left as well. Williams, the running back, now off of the right hip of Matt Crable in the shotgun. Taylor looks to be bringing a blitz up the middle. They'll back away and rush 3 and drop 8. Crable, screen pass near side, caught by Williams over his head to midfield. Slips right on that Trojan logo at midfield. Got to the Taylor 49. That'll be a gain of 7. It'll be another 3rd down try here for USF as Crable has completed his last 4 passes through the air.
Complete to Williams. Pickup of 7 on the play. We'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
USF 1 for 1 on 3rd down tries today. They've got the ball 1st and 10 at the Taylor, 3rd and 5 at the Taylor 49-yard line. Williams, the running back, in there with Crable. 2 wide receivers to either side. Taylor looks to be rushing 3. They've got 6 in the secondary. Face high snap. Crable looks left. Great protection. Pumps once and now rolls to the left side. Trying to get outside the numbers. Trying to get away from Bolin. He'll spin across the line to gain and get down near the Taylor 40. Call it the 41. A pickup of 8 on 3rd and 5 as Crable uses his legs. And now St. Francis 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries today.
For a gain of 8, that's enough for a St. Francis first down.
And USF quickly hurries to the line. They've got it 1st and 10 at the Taylor 42. When they went hurry up last drive, they scored. Handoff inside to Williams. He'll be bottled up and tackled from behind by Taylor Sam Bolin. A gain of 3 to the Trojan 42 on a carry up the middle.
Martell Williams, the St. Francis ball carrier, takes it inside the 40. Pickup of 3 will bring up 2nd and 7.
3rd carry for Martell Williams today, but USF rolling along here. Crable 4 of 5 through the air for 63 yards. Rocky James, the solo wide receiver to the left. Hash mark will come on the left side, or the left hash mark is where the snap will come from. Crable in the gun. Calls for it, gets it, fakes the handoff and drops back on a deep drop. Throws a big arcing pass far side. Has got James at the 2, catches it, and he goes in as he beat Major Daly. 39 yards on the touchdown hookup, and Crable's 2nd touchdown pass of the day has got USF up 13-0 as they cash in after the onside kick. Five-play drive follows a 7-play drive, and in the blink of an eye, Taylor trails 13-0 with the extra point coming here from Gavin Gardner. First catch of the day for James. He had a touchdown on the first play of this drive, nullified by a penalty. Gardner's extra point up and good. And with 10:33 remaining here in the opening quarter, it's St. Francis, the 13th ranked team in the country, 14, Taylor nothing. And because of the onside kick, Taylor has yet to touch the ball offensively here this afternoon. We'll be right back. .10:33 left to go here in the opening quarter. All St. Francis, and a lot of it through the air, 102 yards as Crable 5 of 6 touchdown tosses of 42 and now 39 yards. And an onside kick by Jack James set up that second scoring drive. The Taylor offense has yet to touch the ball here today. James into it, big right foot, and he'll send it deep towards Dejon Cotton, the freshman. Taking it in between his 5 and his 10, far side numbers angling to his left. 25, stutter step, trying to get up to the 30. And he'll be stood up there after he gets forward progress to the Taylor 31. And now we get to see the Taylor offense for the first time today. They've found themselves now in a 7-0 hole after 2 really, really strong drives from the 13th ranked St. Francis Cougars offense. First and 10 for Taylor. Zach Saltzgaber, the starting quarterback, making his return here this afternoon after sitting out last week's loss to Marion with an injury, suffered it the week before at Concordia. So Saltzgaber onto the field. He's got Drew Lefevre in the backfield. Lefevre, the first 100-yard rusher against Marion last week. Double tight end set, tight end set to the right, 3 receivers left. Saltzgaber in the pistol, turns and gives to Lefevre around the left end. He'll be stood up after a minimal gain. They'll actually say no gain on the play, as one of the first guys to get to him was Ryan Johnson for USF.
Drew Lefevre, the Taylor ball carrier, stopped at the line of scrimmage, no gain. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Taylor's offense has been very good with Zach Saltzgaber. A dual threat quarterback, can run and throw. The freshman Logan Benson wide to the right, trips receivers bunched on the left side of the formation. Saltzgaber will go under center, and Lefevre the only back behind him. 5 on the line, 2 with their hands in the dirt for USF. Snap to Saltzgaber, turns hands off to Lefevre. Nice hole up the middle. He'll be upended just after he crosses the 35 down to the 36, a gain of 5. One of the first guys to upend him was Blake Schumacher, the defensive back for USF. And here's a 3rd down for Taylor. 3rd and 5 out to the 36.
5-yard gain. Bring up 3rd down and 5.
Taylor just 32% on 3rd down tries this season, and they need to get some points on this drive. Already down 14-0. Just over 5 minutes gone, almost 6 minutes gone here in this first quarter. Saltzgaber back in the shotgun. 5 in the secondary for St. Francis. They show a blitz from either side of Saltzgaber. Barking out the singles, takes a knee-high snap and drops 5 steps. Dancing in the pocket, now rolling to his right, trying to find help. Throws as he's hit, up and catching it is Preston Scott for a touchdown. And then he carries a man into USF territory inside the 40. Andrew McCormick went for a ride in the back of Preston Scott. And the first pass of the day from Saltzgaber, a big gain and a 1st down for Taylor.
That's enough for a Taylor.
Move the ball to the 37-yard line for TU. At the USF 37-yard line. Big pickup there for the Trojans. They go from their own 36 to the USF 37. Taylor down 14-0. First drive of the game after the 27-yard hookup from Saltzgaber to Scott. Faking the handoff to Lefevre is Saltzgaber. Rolling to his right. Looks. He'll be hit right in the teeth as he pump faked. It'll be a big loss on the play. Knocking him down was Matt Swartz, the D lineman for USF. First sack of the day as the Trojan offensive line breaks down and Swartz comes barreling through. They knock Saltzgaber all the way back to the 44, a loss of 7.
Loss of 7 will bring up 2nd and 17.
29th sack for the USF defense this year, as Swartz, the Fort Wayne, Indiana native, came flying through untouched. Shotgun snap, chest high, handoff Lefevre over the right end. Dances through the 40, keeps his feet, going back up near the original line of scrimmage to the 36, a pickup of 8. It'll be a 3rd down and long here for Taylor.
Takes it down near the 35.
Remember, Taylor had that 27-yard hookup on 3rd a third down earlier in this drive. Saltzgaber found Preston Scott. Taylor needs to get to the USF 27-yard line to keep this drive going. It's a 3rd and 9. Benson wide to the right, Burdine and Canada to the left. Scott is a tight end left. And USF showing a whole bunch of pressure as they've got 5 in the defensive backfield. Jumping off sides, USF, and it's the guy who had the sack, Matt Swartz. He barrels over one of the Trojan offensive linemen. That's the quarterback or center, Zachary Hughes.
Offside, number 94 in the defense. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So still 3rd down, but a little more manageable. It'll be a 3rd down and 4. As the ball moved up to the USF 32-yard line. 7:15, the clock has stopped here in quarter number 1. Taylor with the first offensive possession of the day, down 14-0. 3 wide for Saltzgaber. USF does not show as much pressure this time. They look to be rushing 4. 2 players with their hands in the ground. They show blitzing defensive end standing straight up. Lefevre to Saltzgaber's left. Chest high snap, faking the handoff. Saltzgaber trying to get up the middle. He's going to get the first down to the USF 25-yard line. A pickup of 6 on 3rd and 4. Taylor has struggled on 3rd downs this year, but they're 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. So a 1st and 10 for Taylor at the 24. A pickup of 8 for Saltzgaber on his first designed run of the afternoon. Taylor going from right to left. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Make it a gain of 7 for Saltzgaber. Less than 6:30 to go, quarter 1. Taylor down 14-0. Right hash mark snap. Saltzgaber drops it, picks it up, and he's going to be hit for a loss on the play. Holding on to him is Nick Lucas, waiting for fellow USF defenders to come in there and wrap him up. Looked like Taylor trying to run the option to the near side. No gain on the play as Saltzgaber able to get back to the line of scrimmage at the 24.
Moss in on the stop for St. Francis.
Moss in on the stop as well. Good job by Saltzgaber just to pick the ball back up and avoid any more trouble. 2nd and 10 from the USF 24. Snap will come from the middle of the field for Taylor. Preston Scott and Bagley, the tight end, set left. Scott off the line of scrimmage. Saltzgaber in the pistol, 2 wide to the right. Lefevre behind him. Chest high snap, inside handoff. Lefevre trying to bounce it out to the right side, cuts back to his left. Lucas in on the stop again after a pickup of 2. It'll be a 3rd down and 8 as Lefevre got down to the 22-yard line of St. Francis. One of the last guys to get off the pile for USF was Miles McClendon. So a 3rd and 8 after a pickup of 2 for Lefevre on his 4th carry of the day. And it'll be a 3rd down and 8 with Scott setting up on the right side of the formation. Benson out wide to the right. Canada and Burdine to the left. Lefevre, the back, with Saltzgaber in the backfield. And there are 5 DBs for USF. Actually, make it 4, excuse me. Chest high snap. Saltzgaber drops back 5. Pumps, throws across the middle. Benson trying to get there, and it just led him a little bit too much. Good defense on the play there by Ryan Johnson, trying to shut down the freshman Logan Benson. And Taylor will be forced to punt. Or going to be forced to try the field goal, excuse me, as they try to get their first points here the afternoon. Garrett Russell, the place kicker, will make his return after missing the last couple of weeks due to injury. Garrett, 6 of 10 on field goal tries this year. This one will be from 39 yards away, right hash mark snap out of the hold of Zach Saltzgaber. Snap is down, a low sidewinding kick will be curled wide to the left. It looks like the laces did not get turned around, and so Russell will miss the 39-yard field goal, and USF will get the ball back. Taylor's drive stops inside the USF 30, and still 14-0 here USF. .453 remaining here in the opening quarter, all St. Francis, as Taylor comes up empty on their first drive of the day. St. Francis takes over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line. Crable has got a new running back there with him. It's the backup running back, Eli Wallace. A wing back left, 2 wide to the right. Belt high snap. Crable drops back to throw. He's completed his last 5 balls. Throws a high arching pass near side. Rixey tries to get it, and it goes off of his chest. Maybe deflecting and drawing his eyes was Kendall Miller, the backup cornerback, who's playing in place of Tyler Watson for the 3rd week in a row. But the first incompletion in 5 tries for Crable makes it 2nd and 10 as he tried to hook up with Rixey once again. Crable 5 of 7, had completed 5 passes in a row. He's got Wallace to the right in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the near side, Hundley, Rixey, and James. It looks to be rushing 3. Chest high snap to Crable. Looks near side, throws an out route. Too high for Rixey as it goes off of his fingertips. He would have caught it with some room to work. But back-to-back incompletions by Crable after completing 5 in a row has got St. Francis into 3rd down and 10 from their own 22. They're 2 of 2 on 3rd down today. 14-0 the USF lead. 102 yards through the air for Crable. And we'll see if they go back to the air again. 2 wide to the near side. That's Rixey wide and Blackwell in the slot. And a man wide left that looks to be Hundley. Chest high snap again to Crable. Throws far side, comeback route, and that's off target intended for Rocky James. 3 straight incompletions on this drive. It'll be a 3 and out for St. Francis after Taylor gave them the ball after a missed field goal. Joe Nepper, the punter, is on, averaging 40 yards per punt this year. Spencer Corona, the deep man, back for TU. Corona stepped in to return punts after Grant Garrick suffered an injury earlier this year. Nepper gets a high end-over-end kick. Corona will take it running at his own 43-yard line. He's wrapped up before he can get to the 50. Nice open field tackle by Jamal Jackson. That's a punt of 35 yards on Nepper's first punt of the day, and Taylor will get the ball back for the 2nd time today. Down 14-0 to USF.
Jamal Jackson with the stop for St. Francis.
4:29 left to go here in the opening quarter. As we're joining you here from Turner Stadium, second to last game of the year for TU. This will be the last game of the season for USF as they hope to snatch one of those at-large bids to the playoffs. Lefevre, nope, actually making an end around near side to Burdine. He takes it into USF territory, tackled in bounds inside the 45 down to the 42. That'll be close to a first down, a gain of 9 on the end around for Trey Burdine. His 2nd carry of the season.
9 on the play will bring up 2nd and 1.
And a 2nd and 9 on a nice carry from Burdine. Taylor going from right to left here in the opening quarter. They trail 14-0 to number 13 USF. Saltzgaber with his left hand and the hand warmer behind his back, puts his mouth guard in with his right hand and then takes a snap. Pitching far side, option to Lefevre, trying to get to the edge. Does outside the numbers, cut down after he gets inside the 40. Knife down on the play by Schumacher, but not before Lefevre picks up the first down. 3rd one of the day for the Trojans. They move the ball to the 38. That's a gain of 4. 5 carries for Lefevre today for 20 yards. Taylor going from right to left. Bezick, Scott, and Burdine to the near side. And Burdine out wide to the right. Lefevre off the right hip of Saltzgaber in the gun. Belt high snap, fakes right, fakes left, throws a deep ball across the field trying to find Burdine, who goes up over 2 defenders. He'll be taken down. It'll be goal to go as Burdine went up and over 2 different USF men, Moss and Schumacher. 2 big plays from Burdine on the drive, and Taylor's got goal to go with almost 3 minutes remaining here in this opening quarter. Take it all the way down to the 5. Belt high snap into Lefevre, and then Saltzgaber cut down as they try to run the option. Lefevre a gain of a few, call it 1 to the 4. But a big hit on the play there after the 33-yard hookup.
Maybe a yard on the play. Bring up 2nd and goal from the 4.
As Burdine hauls in the catch. To get Taylor in this situation, I should say. 2nd and goal to go from the 4. Taylor down 14-0. Time dwindling here with 2:30 in the opening quarter. Snap will come from the middle of the field. Bezick wide left. And now Guckenberger comes in motion right. Faking the handoff, Saltzgaber rolling right side. He's got Lefevre in the end zone. Saltzgaber throws to the back. Lefevre goes up. Was he pushed out of bounds? Yes, he was. Lefevre caught it. Saltzgaber took another shot after the throw, but Lefevre was pushed out of bounds. And it'll be a 3rd and goal to go from the 4 as Trey Burdine being looked at in the medical tent down below us.
3rd and goal from the 4.
Taylor needs some points here. The chant is defense from the USF sideline across from us. Saltzgaber back in the gun. He'll take the snap from Zachary Hughes. Guckenberger and Bezick are the wide receivers on either side. Scott a tight end to the left. Lefevre in the backfield. Four-man rush for USF. Option right side. Saltzgaber pitches Lefevre outside the numbers, cuts it back. He'll be knocked down at the 3. Call it the 2. And now Taylor has a decision to make. Goal to go from the 2-yard line after Lefevre picks up 2. So 4th and goal for the Trojans. And Taylor's going to go for it. First trip to the red zone today. They need to find points. They missed a field goal the last time. Bagley out, and Fath will come in for Taylor. Remember, no Burdine is being looked at in the medical tent, and Taylor will take a timeout. First one of the day for the home team. Big play coming up with 98 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Taylor with the ball down 14-0, knocking on the door. It'll be a fourth and goal from the 2 when we come back here on the Trojans Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward.
4th and goal from the 2. Taylor is 4 of 14 on 4th downs this year. St. Francis limiting opponents to a 44% conversion rate. Snap will come on the right hash mark. Taylor with 3 receivers to the left. Scott a tight end to the right. Goal to go from the 2. Taylor down 14-0. Scott moves in motion from right to left. Right hash mark snap. Saltzgaber gives. Lefevre loses his footing. He dives in, and he is going to be marked short by a hair. Lefevre's footing went out from underneath of him. He tried to dive in for the goal line and just missed it. He'll be stopped short right at the 1-inch line. And Taylor cannot convert on 4th down, and USF will take over back inside their 1-yard line. Miles McClendon, one of the men in there on the stop for St. Francis. And now it's 99-plus yards to go for St. Francis as, again, Taylor comes up empty, trying to find points. They've missed a field goal and have missed it from goal to go at the 2. Crable all the way back in his own end zone. Inside give Williams. He'll be stopped and moves his way out to the 5, maybe the 6. It will be the 6. A gain of 5 for Williams as Taylor had him in the backfield, but Williams able to get out from behind it, and a good pickup on first and 10 from the 1. 14-0 USF. 102 yards through the air for Crable. Now he steps down and will line up in the shotgun at his own 1. 2 wide receivers. Taylor rushes 3, drops 8. Williams give around the near side, trying to get away from Jackson. Cuts it up, but Jackson knifes him down from behind for a minimal gain. And with 50 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter, USF has got a time to run one more play before the end of quarter number 1. No gain on the play for Williams. It'll be a 3rd and 5 for USF from their own 6 after stopping Taylor on a goal-to-go situation. Tight end to the near side of the formation for St. Francis. 2 to the left as Taylor switches their coverage. Snap to Crable, chest high, throws a bullet far sideline, caught by Rixey, trying to dance away. He'll be pushed out of bounds, ripped out, but a first down for Rixey on a 3rd and 5, and that might be the last play of the first quarter as he gets out to the 14 before Hilliard pushed him out. USF now 3 of 4 on 3rd down tries today. 9 seconds left, and I think that might be the last play of quarter number 1. and it will be. Crable broke the huddle, but the clock reads triple zeros. All St. Francis in the opening quarter. Taylor had opportunities with a missed field goal and missed opportunity from goal to go at the 2 to cut into the 14-0 deficit, but they remain down 14-0 as we head to the second quarter. That's coming up next here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online Tire Finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on... Back here to start the second quarter, St. Francis has got the ball 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line. They outgained Taylor 142-93 in that opening quarter as Crable did the most of the damage for St. Francis, 110 yards through the air for the quarterback, 6 of 10. He's got the ball in a pistol formation. Handoff to the backup running back around the right edge. He's got some space forward. Nice cut back at the 20. Gets him out to the 25-yard line. Major Daly and Hilliard will wrestle him down. That's a pickup for Eli Wallace on his best gain of the day. And that's another first down here for St. Francis on the opening play here of this second quarter. We'll call it the 28, a pickup of 14. Best gain of the day for Eli Wallace on his first carry of the day as well. He remains in there to the left of Crable. 2 wide receivers to the right. Jordan Jackson shows a blitz from the near side. Man in motion, faking the jet sweep, give off to Wallace. Little stutter step. He'll put his shoulder down, be wrapped up from behind by the Trojans' Trevor Garbo, amongst other Taylor Trojans. But a pick of about 5 or 6. It'll be a second and medium here for USF. Their first drive of the second quarter. They lead 14-0 over Taylor. Wallace gets it up to the 34-yard line. A gain of 6 on nice back-to-back carries for Wallace, the backup running back. Called a gain of 5. Right hash mark snap, high one, hauled in, back to Wallace again. 3rd straight call, and he's going to be close to another first down. Actually give it to him by a yard as he picks up 5 to the USF 39.
Wallace, the ball carrier.
Another first down for USF as they just keep eating up yards on the ground. Wallace has been a nice feature back here so far today. A gain of 5, 3 carries all on this drive for 25 yards. Here for Eli Wallace, he's gotten all 3 plays since the second quarter started. He exits, and the starter back in there is Martell Williams. 3 wide for Crable. Taylor with 4 down linemen on a 1st and 10. USF up by 14. Crable all afternoon to throw. Throws a high arching pass far side. Slipping and running up the far sideline. Looked to be his tight end, or his wingback, Casey Call, excuse me. He was fighting with Major Daly and Jackson Bronkema on the far sideline. An incompletion for Crable stops the clock. 13-10 left to go here in the first half, and USF leads Taylor 14-0. Just the 5th incompletion today for Crable. Second and 10 from the St. Francis 39. Rixey will exit for USF. Matt Kamenkewicz is a slot receiver on the left, and Rocky James out wide to the left. Right hash mark snap, high. Crable turns and gives to Williams. Little stutter step. He's hitting the backfield. The first one to get him. Couldn't see the number right now, but it was Hasbrook who stopped him. It was Mark Baker, the linebacker for the Trojans, hit him initially, and then Hasbrook finished him off. A loss in the play. It'll be a 3rd and long. A loss of 1 back to the USF 38.
That will bring up 3rd and 11.
Just underway here in this third quarter. All USF so far today. Rixey back in as the lone wide receiver on the right. James and Common Kawich on the left. 3rd and 11. USF is 3 for 4 on third down, so now they shift their personnel. Chest high snap, Crable. Taylor brings a blitz, jump ball far side. Rixey just makes the catch on his fingertips on the far sideline as he got behind Major Daly. 4th catch of the day for Dan Rixey, and that might be his longest of the day. It takes it all the way down to the Taylor 29-yard line.
Taylor 30 to the 29-yard line. Gain is enough for a Cougar first down.
That'll be a gain of 31, second longest pass reception today for Rixey. And it's 1st and 10 for USF from the Trojan 29, trying to extend their 14-0 lead. Crable throws a ball near side, too high for Common Kawich as it goes off of his right hand.
Crable's pass is incomplete.
Rixey already at 89 yards through the air here in this first half. Or Rixey with 89 reception yards, I should say. And it'll be a 2nd and 10 for USF from the 29. 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right for Crable in the pistol with Williams behind him. Head high snap, screen far side, caught by Hundley. Gets away from Baker, 1st down and more inside the Taylor 20. And Hundley will barrel his way across the 15 down to the 14. A 15-yard pickup on 2nd and 10. And USF is inside the Taylor red zone for the first time today.
Dylan Hundley makes the catch and takes it down inside the 15. It's a St. Francis first down.
1st and 10. Williams, big hole right side, upended at the 5 by Bronkema. Get him down at the 4, and that should be good enough for a first down, and as it is, 10-yard pickup for Williams on his best carry of the day. Bolin has to hustle off the field for Taylor defensively. USF hurrying up. 1st and goal to go from the 4. Williams jutting to his left, around the legs, and stopping him for a minimal gain is Matt Wheeler, a pickup of 2.
Matt Wheeler makes the stop for Taylor, brings up 2nd and goal.
14th play of the drive here for St. Francis. Hundley exits to the right. 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter. St. Francis has marched right down the field after taking over at their own 1-yard line, stopping Taylor on a 4th and goal situation. Snap from the middle of the field. 2nd and goal from the 2 for USF. Crable takes a chest high snap, turns and gives to Williams right side, stutter step, then re-engaged, and then he slips down. Baker will be the one to land on top of him, a loss of 3. Back to the USF, or back to the Taylor 5, and USF has got a goal to go situation on 3rd down. Here's the 15th play of the drive for USF. Wallison in the backfield, replacing Williams. Snap will come on the right hash mark for Crable. 2 wide to the left, faking the handoff as Crable's got a man open in the end zone, and that's an easy 5-yard reception for Casey Call, the Lisbon, Indiana native. His 3rd touchdown reception of the year, 3rd touchdown pass of the day for Crable. And USF an extra point away from going up 21-0. Gardner to add the extra point. Snap gets down, and the kick is up and good. 10:09 to go here in this first half. It's 21-0 USF as they take a 15-play drive that goes 99 yards, ending on a 5-yard toss from Crable to Call. 21-0 the St. Francis lead. They cap off a 15-play, 99-yard drive as Casey Call, the junior wide receiver, makes his first reception of the day. And the kickoff blasted deep. Justin Pfaff will go into his own end zone with Burdine out with an injury on the last drive. And Taylor will take the touchback, and they'll start 1st and 10 from their own 25. Taylor has been able to has had opportunities to get points today, just have come up with zeros both times. First was a 39-yard missed field goal by Russell, where it looked like the laces might not have been spun out for Russell, who makes his return to the lineup today after Zane Schultz replaced him the last 2 weeks. And then Taylor got all the way down, goal to go, got all the way down to the 4, or all the way down to the 5, I should say. Then Lefevre was stopped just inches short of the goal line. And then USF just went on that 99-yard drive. First drive of the second quarter for Taylor. Lefevre, the running back. Saltzgaber under center. Canada and Benson to the near side. 4 down lineman for St. Francis. Saltzgaber fakes the handoff, rolls near side, trying to find someone to throw to. He's going to tuck it and run outside the numbers. Hat is thrown by our side judge, knocking Saltzgaber out of bounds after the carry was Cade Irwin, the backup linebacker. It'll be a 2nd and 5 as Saltzgaber gets out to the 30.
Pickup of 5 will bring up 2nd and 5.
Preston Scott, a tight end to the left. Still Benson and Canada wide to the near side. Short side will come from the right near side hash mark as Taylor goes from left to right. St. Francis rushes 4. Lefevre, counter back to the near side, cuts it back up across the 30. Taken down before he can get to the 35. Will be a pickup of 4. Stop short. Tackle on the play by Rob Brown. That's Rob with 2 Bs.
Brings up 3rd down and 1.
Taylor just 2 of 4 on 3rd down tries today. They need to get one here, and they really need points on this drive, down 21-0. Near hash mark snap. Saltzgaber Coltsford gets it. Handoff to Lefevre. Cut back to the left. He'll be stopped after his forward progress. Gets him across to the 36-yard line. He needed 1, and Lefevre got 2, and it's a 1st down for Taylor on a 3rd and short as as Lefevre ran right into the teeth of that USF defense. Trey Burdine back out there for Taylor. That's a good sign to see for the home team. We'll see if Taylor wants to go to the air here. They've gone on the ground. Their first 3 plays of this drive, they trail 21-0 with 8:35 and counting remaining here in the second quarter. Scott moves from a slot right to tight right. Handoff inside, bouncing near side. Lefevre cuts back 40, stiff arm on his feet, 45, outside the numbers 50, back inside 45 of USF. He's shouldered down by Schumacher, but not before Lefevre gets inside the USF 40 to the 39. 1st down run, best play of the day for the Trojans. Back-to-back 1st down carries from Lefevre. He takes it from his own 36 to the USF 39, a gain of 25 yards for Lefevre. Best play of the day for the Trojans via ground or air. Taylor with the ball down 21-0. Back to Lefevre again, trying to bounce it out near side. Cuts it back up after he crosses the 40. Jalen Moss read that from his safety spot, then pushes down on Lefevre to help himself up. The other man in there on the stop for USF was Devin Green.
Picks up 2 on the play, brings up 2nd and 8.
A pickup of 2 for Lefevre. It'll be a 2nd and 8. From the 37 of St. Francis as Taylor goes from left to right. 3 wide for Saltzgaber. Scott, the tight end to the left. Chest high snap, option left, pitching to Lefevre into his belly. Outside the hash marks, across the 35 to the 34. Stopping on the play was Cade Irwin again. Second tackle by Irwin on the drive, and it'll be a 3rd down and medium for Taylor at the USF 34.
Pick up 4, 3rd down and 5.
It'll be a 3rd and 5 for the Trojans. They've picked up 1 3rd down on this drive. They're 3 of 5 on the day. Left hash mark snap. They need to get to the USF 29-yard line. 3rd and 5 with Taylor down 21-0. 6:45 and counting here in this first half. Saltzgaber looks to the sideline, puts his mouthpiece back in with his left hand. Barks for the snap and gets it. Option near side, fakes the pitch. Saltzgaber up the middle he'll be stopped 2 yards short at the 31 of St. Francis as he slithered his way up the middle on the option keeper. Devin Green in on the stop for St. Francis once again, and it looks like the Taylor offense will stay on the field.
4th down and 2.
So Taylor needs to get 2 yards on this play. And remember, they're 0 for 1 today on 4th down. Stopped inside the goal line their last drive. 2 yards to go. Snap will come from the middle of the field of Saltzgaber. Fakes the pitch, goes right to the middle. He's got the first down and more down near the red zone. Goes right across the 25 down to the 23 of St. Francis. And Taylor converts on a 4th down and the drive continues. Pickup of 8 for Saltzgaber. And Taylor switches personnel. The tight end Bagley back in to replace Burdine. 1st and 10 for Taylor from the USF 23-yard line. Desperately needing points. Down 21-0 with less than 6 to go here in half one. Pistol formation for Saltzgaber with Lefevre behind him. Canada slot right, Benson wide to the right. 2 down linemen, 4 on the line for St. Francis. Belt high snap, Lefevre, right side handoff, trying to bounce it outside. Stiff arm is one way. He'll be stopped before he can get to the 20. He reaches out, and then there's extracurricular activity going on as Jamal Jackson got tied up with one of the Taylor offensive linemen. That was the left tackle, Elijah Gurley. Lefevre got stopped at the 20 or the 21, but let's see what the flag is about after the extracurricular activities. Taylor has yet to be called for a penalty today. St. Francis has been whistled for 2.
Unsportsmanlike. On the defense, number 56, head the distance to the goal, automatic 1st down.
So an automatic 1st down, half the distance to the goal. Will move the ball from the 23 to about the 12. That again is against number 56, Jamal Jackson, as you heard. Actually move the ball all the way down to the 10. So count the play. The carry for Lefevre, a pickup of 3. And then tack on the 1st down after that. And now Taylor back in the red zone 2nd time today. Goal to go from the 10, a right hash mark snap as Taylor moves from left to right of the artificial surface, wind in their faces. Chest high snap, Saltzgaber fakes the handoff, trying to get away from the man in the backfield, but he can't elude him enough as he's wrapped up around the ankles. It's James Jamasic stopping him, or Jamasic, excuse me, wrapping him up in the backfield, one of the top D linemen for USF.
James Jamasic with the stop for St. Francis.
So loss of 1.
From the 11.
Move Saltzgaber back a yard. It'll be goal to go from the 11. Taylor with the ball, trailing 21-0. They've had opportunities to score on both their previous drives today, but have come up empty. Lefevre to the right of Saltzgaber with 2 wide receivers, one either side. Saltzgaber drops straight back, looking left, across the middle, caught by Burdine at the 5, trying to bulldoze his way into the end zone. Did he get there? No, he's a yard short, says our side judge, Jeffrey Logston. And now Taylor, no, and now a flag is thrown after the play, as Burdine finds himself on the turf looking up at the sky after the reception got him down to the 1. I had looked down to see some notes and such, and then heard the commotion and looked up and saw Burdine falling back down to the artificial surface. It'd be the 3rd penalty. It'd be the 2nd penalty against USF if it is against the Cougars. That's going to go against Taylor's Trey Burdine. Burdine can't believe it. The Taylor coaching staff and the fans down below us can't believe it either. Burdine got the worst for wear of it and then gets the penalty tacked onto it. Now the officiating crew comes in and talks. Taylor head coach Ron Korfmacher talking with one of the officials down below us, trying to get an explanation before the next play is snapped. And now head referee Tom Burns comes over to talk things over with Coach Korfmacher. The ball moved back to the Taylor 16 after Burdine got it down to the 1. So a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty against Trey Burdine. That's his first unsportsmanlike penalty of the day. And Korfmacher not happy down below us. A timeout is taken by St. Francis with 4:02 left to go here in this 2nd quarter. It is goal to go. And it was a dead ball foul, the unsportsmanlike against Burdeen. So he got the ball down to the 1 on a 10-yard reception. But St. Francis has taken a timeout. We will take it with them with 4:02 remaining here in this second quarter. Taylor with the ball, goal to go from the 16, down 21.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is a...
So since it was a dead ball foul, the down counts, and it's a 3rd and goal for Taylor from the USF 16, trailing the 13th ranked team in the country 21-0 with the clock stopped at 4:02 remaining here in the first half of play. Burdeen has got 3 catches for 51 yards. Saltzgaber on the day 4 of 6 for 78. Burdeen and Canada wide to the left. Benson wide to the near side. They might throw a jump ball to Benson if he can get a little bit of an inch or a window. Near hash mark snap. Faking the handoff is Saltzgaber to Lefevre. Looking end zone. Now stops as a roll back to his left. He's got some space if he can get there. 20, hash mark. Now stops, looks back to the near side, and smacked away as he tried to find Burdeen. The pass deflected away by Damon Hunter, one of the backup DBs for USF. And now Russell will come on to try to get Taylor their first points of the day. Saltzgaber had that play to the near side, got hemmed in, rolled back to his left. And now Russell will attempt a 33-yard field goal. Russell missed from 39 back in the first quarter. Near hash mark, wind in his face. Right foot into it, curling to the left, and Russell will miss it. He's 0 for 2 on the day as that one hooks to the left again. Taylor head coach Ron Korfmacher not happy down below us, and Taylor has left points on the board on all 3 drives today, and St. Francis will get the ball back, leading 21-0 with 3:44 remaining here in the quarter and the half. (21-0) the USF lead, and I think the Taylor coaching staff still unhappy with Burdeen being whistled for that unsportsmanlike after he got the ball down to the St. Francis 1. Matt Crable back out there. He's been great here in the first half, 9 of 15, 3 touchdowns, 163 yards through the air. Martell Williams to his right, straight drop back, Crable. Bullet far side, too high, then almost intercepted by the Trojans. They tried to find Kamen Kawich coming across the middle from the right slot. It's an incompletion for Crable, but a flag is back down behind the play. As Crable has a discussion with Kamen Kawich, might have been a miscommunication between the QB and the receiver.
57 on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Holding on John Doherty. Another penalty against St. Francis here in the half. Their 4th. But USF has dominated things here in the early going. 11 first downs to Taylor's 8. Taylor has a better rushing number, 78-65, but the USF air attack has been great today with Crable at the controls. 163 through the air, 1st and 20 for St. Francis near hash mark from their own 10. Looking near side, Crable wants to screen far side, gets it out to Williams, and he is blasted after a gain out to the 12. It was Jordan Jackson who came up and dropped Williams. A gain of 2 to the 12.
Second down.
Second catch by Williams today. That one for 2 yards. Out to the 12 on a Jackson nice open field stop. It'll be a 2nd and 18. USF going from right to left with the wind at their backs here on a chilly Saturday afternoon, but bright sunshine overhead. To the right, to the left, your slot men, Blackwell to the right, Kamen Kawich to the near side. As Crable drops back to throw. Great protection. high arcing pass far side, coming back to get his call, and Bronkema will break it up as he got that left hand in there and poked it away from the receiver call. 3rd and 18 upcoming for USF. Nice individual play by Bronkema on his return to the lineup.
That brings up 3rd down.
St. Francis 4 of 5 on 3rd downs today, including converting on a touchdown, their last 3rd down. Wallace, the backup running back to the right of Crable. Screen far side, caught by Call outside the numbers of the sideline. Bolin will submarine him just shy of the 20, close to the original line of scrimmage. They'll give him the 20. It'll be a gain of 8, but USF will be forced to punt for the 2nd time today.
4th down and 10.
Second catch for Call today. His first one was the last score for St. Francis. And Knepper back on to punt once again. First punt for Knepper went 32 yards. Corona all the way back at his own 35 to our left. High snap, Knepper hauls it in, gets it away with a right foot just before Taylor could block it. Right at Corona, takes it at his own 36. Left sideline, trying to get to midfield. He's pushed out of bounds by Adams, and Taylor will get the ball near midfield with 1:57 left and both of their timeouts left. A punt of 44 yards for Knepper. And we'll see what Taylor can do. They will get the ball to start the 2nd half after winning the toss and deferring. First and 10 for the Trojans from their own 48, going from left to right. Saltzgaber at the controls, has got trips receivers to the near side. Bezic, the only man by himself to the left. 5 in the secondary for USF. They rush 4. Saltzgaber rolls near side, good protection. Trying to throw on the run. Pressure comes, runs through it. Will throw a dart, trying to tiptoe his way. It goes through the hands of the intended man, Burdine. One of the men to make life difficult was Jamal Jackson for Zach Saltzgaber.
Brings up 2nd down and 10.
And the clock keeps rolling down to 1:41. They'll have to put some time back on as there's an incompletion to Bezic, or to intended for Burdine on the near side.
Thank you.
Saltzgaber 4 of 8 through the air for 78 yards. It's a 2nd and 10 for Taylor from their own 48, moving from left to right. They trail 21-0 here to St. Francis. Hand off to Lefevre, runs through the pressure in the backfield, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll muscle his way out to the 50 for a gain of 2. That was hard running there for Lefevre as he was stopped for a loss. Kept his legs churning before Jamal Jackson finally wrestled him down. 15 carries for 65 yards for Lefevre. And Taylor's got it 3rd down. They're 3 for 6 today. At their own 49, it's a 3rd and 9. USF rushes 4. Saltzgaber, ball near side, trying to find Guckenberger. He almost tried to make the catch on the back of the head of the DB, Mike Adams. Flags are thrown as Adams didn't turn around, and this should be a free 15 for Taylor on the pass interference.
Intended for Gutenberger, but it is a flag on the play.
If it's against St. Francis, and it looks like it will be, it'll be their 5th penalty of the first half.
Defensive pass interference, number 37. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
So a 15-yard penalty gives Taylor the 1st down, their 9th one of the game. And with 1:11 left, Taylor's got it 1st and 10 from the St. Francis 36. Burdine, Scott, and Guckenberger to the near side. Bezic out wide to the left. Lefevre's the running back with Saltzgaber off his left hip. A left hash mark snap. USF with two guys with their hands on the ground. They look to be rushing 4. They're in a nickel look defensively. Chest high snap. Saltzgaber drops back 5. Screen across the middle to Scott, catching it at the 35. Trying to wrestle his way from tacklers. He stopped inside down to the 34 or 33. With Lucas in there to stop him. Second catch for Preston Scott today, his first one after that 27-yarder back in the first half. Taylor quickly rushes to the line. 2nd and 7 with 48 seconds left to go first half. Left hash mark, knee high snap. Saltzgaber drops back 5. Climbs the pocket, rolls near side, throws across to Scott. Hit from behind, the ball comes loose, and they'll blow the play dead. They'll say Scott never had possession. But a huge hit on the play by Jamal Jackson. He was slow to get up, but then gets back to his feet. It'll be a 3rd down for the Trojans. Taylor 3 of 6 on 3rd down conversions today. The difference right now, the passing attack for USF, 173 yards through the air for Matt Crable, just 81 for Saltzgaber, 5 of 9. 3rd and 7 from the St. Francis 33. Clock stops with 37 seconds left to go second quarter. Taylor down 21. 3 receivers bunch to the right, 1 left. Saltzgaber drops back 3. Out route far side. Trying to get position was Bezic as he was hand fighting on the far sideline with Ryan Johnson. Incompletion, and the Taylor offense looks to stay on the field. They're trying to pick up another 3rd down, or 4th down try, I should say. They're 0 for 2 on 4th down tries today. The line to gain for Taylor is the USF 26. Long play being called in from the near sideline for TU. Saltzgaber will relay it in the huddle. Bezic is out wide to the near side. Berdine in the slot right, and Guckenberger wide to the right after Evan Guckenberger missed last week's game against Marion. Scott moves to the right side of the formation. Left hash mark snap. St. Francis rushes 4 on a delayed blitz. Saltzgaber steps up. A high wobbly pass almost intercepted over the outstretched hands of McCormick. But there is a flag back down behind the play. This might be roughing the passer as Saltzgaber had to be pulled off the turf by some of his offensive linemen.
Roughing and passing. 97 defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
The guilty man, James Jamasic. Another first down via the penalty for the Trojans. The second one of the 15-yard variety of this drive. It was a defensive pass interference that got Taylor to their current position, and then another one here will move the ball forward. So move the ball all the way up to the St. Francis 18. Taylor down 21-0 with 27 seconds left to go here in the first half. Taylor with 2 timeouts. Benson, the wide man to the near side with 2 other wide receivers. Saltzgaber looks to the near side, throws it towards Benson, near side. Benson fighting, trying to work his way back, and there's a flag in the end zone against Mike Adams. Second penalty against Adams on this drive, and that'll put Taylor in a goal-to-go situation as he pushed Benson down in the end zone. Benson, an athletic young man from Western Boone High School. We've detailed his high school exploits. The Indiana State high jump champion just a few months ago for the Western Boone Stars. High jumper of 6'9".
Pass interference. Number 37. It's 15-yard penalty. First down.
So put it first and goal to go from the 3. .22 seconds left. Taylor trying to go 2 for 1 here as they will get the ball to start the second half. Taylor was in this situation earlier in the contest, back in the first quarter, and they turned it over on downs. Just 22 seconds left. Goal to go from the 3. Taylor down 21-0. Saltzgaber with 3 wide receivers. Left hash mark snap. Guckenberger on the short side across from us. Near side coming back to the middle. Benson slipped as he tried to come back to get it. Adams then stands over him and has some words for the freshman Benson.
Saltzgaber's pass incomplete. Intended for Logan Benson.
18 seconds left.
Second and goal.
Still goal to go from the 3. Taylor does have 2 timeouts. If they wanted to try to run it here with Lefevre, but they'd have to make sure that he would get down quickly. Taylor trying to score into the end zone to our right. It's Benson and Berdine to the near side. Guckenberger and Scott split out on the short side to the left. Left hash mark snap. St. Francis looks to be showing a blitz up the middle. Saltzgaber fakes the option left side. Around the left edge, he'll be hit, but he'll go in for the score from 3 yards out. And with 12 seconds left to go in the first half, Taylor gets their first points of the day as Saltzgaber scores on his second rushing touchdown of the season. Russell will come in to add the extra point out of the hold of the aforementioned Saltzgaber. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good too. 12 seconds left to go in the first half after Taylor had left 13 points on the field. A missed try from goal to go from the 2 and 2 missed field goals. They score their first touchdown of the day, and with 12 seconds left to go, here in this first half, Taylor down 21-7. Taylor's outrushed St. Francis today 83-65. Each team with 11 first downs to their name as well. But it's been through the air where St. Francis has done their damage. Matt Crable, 11 of 18, 173 yards, 3 scores, 42, 39, and 5. The 3 touchdown tosses to 3 different guys. James from 39, Rixey from 42, and Call from 5. It went Rixey, James, Call in order. Russell's got the ball teed up for the kickoff from left to right. Adams is the deep man for USF. And Russell will short kick it to the near side. Will be taken by one of the up backs of the 21. Try to get outside the near side numbers to the 30. Corona and a teammate will push him out of bounds. Then there's extracurriculars after the play. But pushing the man out of bounds as well, Evan Kitt. On the return by one of the up backs. That looked to be Nick Lucas, I believe. 8 seconds left. 2 timeouts for St. Francis, leading 21-7. As they've got it 1st and 10 at their own 35. The offense has been explosive today for St. Francis, so it would not be a super surprise to see them try to go through the air. James and Hunley, along with Rixey, are the 3 wide receivers to the right. Williams, near hash mark snap, Crable. Short drop, has got Rixey in the flat, throws it that way outside the numbers. 35-40, Wheeler will push him out of the bounds. Rixey accelerates. He'll get out of bounds and stops the clock with 1 second left here in the first half, and we'll see if Crable wants to wind up and throw one to the end zone.
Number 7, Dan Rixey, pick up 6 on the play, brings up 2nd and 4.
Kendall Miller out there on the stop as well. The slot man to the left on the near side is Blackwell. A wing back to the right, Taylor backing off. They'll rush just 3 on the last play of the first half. Crable looking to the left, now looking to his right. All afternoon throw, waves guys deep. Now he'll accelerate far side, 45, and he'll step out of bounds at the Taylor 46. And that will be the last play here of the opening half. Taylor scores just before the end of the first half. They go into the locker room down 14 to number 13 USF, 21-7. We're back with the halftime report after this here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online Tire Finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online Tire Finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland. Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
Play that old song! You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to evoke the memory. You gotta have the music that you listeners to listen to.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online Tire Finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland. Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH, from our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments, in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities and larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
With Dan Rixey for his 5th touchdown in the last 2 games. Back here at Turner Stadium, second half about to get underway as it's a 21-3 St. Francis lead over Taylor. St. Francis, the number 13th ranked team in the land. They jumped out to a 14-0 lead. They got the opening drive of the game, marched right down the field, 6 plays, 65 yards in a minute and 58 seconds as Dan Rixey hauled in his 5th touchdown in the last 2 games after having 4 last week against Lawrence Tech. And then USF goes right to the onside kick. Their kickoff specialist, Jack James, kicks it just 10 yards, falls on top of it, and then USF goes 5 plays, 39 yards in 1 hookup, where they find Rocky James for the touchdown. That's so far as James' only reception of the day. It was a 14-0 USF lead. The Trojans got into the red zone 3 times today and came away with points just once. That was the touchdown late in the second half by Zach Saltzgaber to make it 21-14. Garrett Russell missed a 39-yard field goal on the Trojans' first drive of the game. And then USF went 3 and out. And then Taylor got the ball back. They marched all the way down to the 2, but they could not score on a goal to go from the 2. USF turned around and went 99 yards as Lefevre was stopped at the 1. Call got a 5-yard touchdown to make it 21-0 USF. Another field goal miss. USF punts, and then the Saltzgaber touchdown run to cap the first half scoring. Star of the game in the first half, Matt Crable, the quarterback for USF. 12 of 19 through the air for 180 yards. He was not sacked, and he threw 3 touchdowns in the opening half. Taylor was outgained 257 to 164 in the opening half, but Taylor had the advantage on the ground, 83 yards to 77. Passing yards, though, in favor of Crable, 180 to Saltzgaber's 81. Touchdown receptions today, Dan Rixey continues his strong play. Had the 4 touchdowns, as we mentioned last week. Second time he's done that in his career. He's just the second player to ever do it at St. Francis, and the 5th time it's ever been done in USF's history. So 5 catches for Rixey, the touchdown from 42 yards, 96 in total for 7 in white. Leading receiver for the Trojans, Trey Burdine, 3 catches for 51 yards. Preston Scott caught the other 2 completions from Saltzgaber, who is 5 of 12 for 30 yards. We're ready to go second half. Let's see what Taylor's got cooked up here as they'll get the second half kickoff. Glad you're joining us here today. Taylor with the regular season finale next week against Lawrence Tech as they finish the schedule here in 2019 with 3 of them here at home. USF off next week as they hope to secure one of those at-large bids to the NAIA playoffs. A rare 2-loss league record for the Cougars after they were upset by Siena Heights at home a couple of weeks ago. Ball teed up, and James will kick it away. Fath backpedals to let it go over his head. That's 8 yards deep into the end zone to our left, and Taylor will start the ball 1st and 10 from their own 25.
James kick is into the end zone for a touchdown.
So here comes Saltzgaber. 5 of 12 in the air in the first half, also with a touchdown run. And Taylor starts the first drive of the third quarter. 15 minutes on the clock, trailing 21-7. Inside handoff, Lefevre bouncing on through, runs through a tackle. He's spun down at the 30, up the near side hash mark after a very quick gain of 5 yards. Jalen Moss in on the stop. 16th carry for Drew today for 69 yards. He tries to go back-to-back 100 yards for the first time in his career. Had over 100 last week against the highly touted Marion defense, the first 100-yard rusher the Knights have allowed all season. Scott will move in motion from right to left on a 2nd and 5 from the Taylor 30. Low snap, faking the handoff is Saltzgaber. He'll be hit in the backfield and be dropped for a loss by Jamal Jackson. Good read there by the USFD. Jackson snuffs out the zone read, and now Taylor's got a 3rd and long back to their own 28 after a loss of 2.
Jimisic in on the stop for St. Francis.
First game back for Zach Saltzgaber. After missing last week's game against Marion with an injury, he has not been as dynamic on the ground as we have seen throughout this year. Taylor 3 for 7 on 3rd downs in the first half. Here's their first 3rd down try of quarter number 3. They go from left to right with 3 wide receivers. Belt high snap. Saltzgaber drops back 5, throws across the middle. In there to Burdine, spins out across the 35. He'll have just enough on a pickup of 7 and some change on a 3rd and 7.
Enough yardage for another Taylor.
4th catch of the day for Burdine. And a gain of 8 for Burdine. Nice catch from Aiton White for his 4th catch of the day. 4th catch of the day, 59 yards for Burdine. 6th completion for Saltzgaber as he puts his mouthpiece through his purple face mask with his left hand. Left hash mark snap on a 1st and 10 from the Taylor 36. Inside handoff, Lefevre cut down after a gain of a couple. First one to cut him down was James Jamasic, who's been active all day for USF. Gain of 3 to the Taylor 39. A touchdown on this drive would be huge for the Trojans. Bagley, the tight end, exits. Burdine comes back in as a wide receiver to the left with Mitchell Canada. Preston Scott and Logan Benson bunched on the right side of the line for Taylor. Trojans in the pistol with Lefevre behind Saltzgaber. Left hash mark snap. 4 linemen for USF. Faking the end around. Saltzgaber throws a screen near side to Burdine, trying to get outside the numbers 40. Comes back in, spins away, and then lunges across the 45-yard line of the 46. Tripping him up was Jack Givens, but another 1st down catch on a nice screen to the near side by Burdine. Move the ball to the Taylor 46. And another Trojan 1st down, 2nd of the drive on the pickup of 7. As Taylor goes from left to right, they've got the ball at their own 46-yard line. On a gain of 7. Over 60 yards receiving for Trey Burdine today. As Scott shuffles from right to left, the tight end. Belt high snap. Lefevre will bounce it around the near side. Stiff arm. He'll try to get away from the first man. Can't get away from the second. That's Nick Lucas. A pickup of 2 moves Lefevre and the Trojans up their own 48, 2nd and 8. Lefevre has yet to have a negative rush here today, which is saying something against this stingy St. Francis defense. USF comes in allowing 131 yards on the ground today. Taylor trying to get over the 100-yard plateau. They're at 91. Here's the 7th play of the drive. Burdine in motion. Faking the handoff. Screen near side. Ball batted down as Saltzgaber taken down, blowing the play up. Where Miles McClendon, who deflected the pass, and Lucas, who came in on the blitz from his DB spot. And Taylor's got another 3rd and long to pick up. It's 3rd and 8 after the incompletion from Saltzgaber. Taylor goes from left to right. They've picked up 1 3rd down try on this drive. They're 4 for 8 overall. Benson, receiver on the short side with the right hash mark snap. Canada and Burdine wide to the left. Taylor needs to get to the USF 39 on a 3rd and 8. 2 backs on either side of Saltzgaber. Knee-high snap, drop straight back. Still set, great protection, throws out, wobbly pass near side over everybody's heads, intended for Burdine. But an overthrow and an incompletion will bring Mark Stroh on to punt for the first time today. First time we get to see Stroh here this afternoon. Mark averaging 37 yards per punt. Has put 10 inside the 20. Common Kawich and Hundley, the deep men here for USF. Knee-high snap, good protection. And Stroh sends one spiraling near side. Hundley will take it. He'll step out of bounds at his own 11. His left foot stepped out of bounds. Momentum carried him out of play. That's a 41-yard punt for Stroh, his first punt here of the afternoon. And with 11:02 remaining here in the third quarter, USF will get the ball for the first time here in the second half, leading 21-7. First and 10 for the Cougars. They move from right to left. Crable 12 of 19 in that opening half through the air for 180 yards and 3 touchdowns. Martell Williams, the back with him off to his right, with 2 wide receivers to either side. Chest high snap, faking the throw. Bartu trying to get Williams in the backfield. Williams cuts back in. Baker will tackle him from behind for a loss of 2. Back to the St. Francis 9. That's back-to-back negative rushes for Martell Williams. Finished the first half with a negative rush of 6. Rixey, the dangerous wide receiver, out wide to the right. He's got Blackwell in the slot to the right, does Cable a tight end to the left. And Martell Williams off of his hip in the pistol. Taylor rushes 4. Crable drops straight back, looking to his right, standing on his 2. He's got all afternoon to throw. Now we'll tuck it and run to the 15-yard line, trying to get outside the numbers of the 20. Still running to the 25, pushed out of bounds after he gets to the 31-yard line by Major Daly. A pickup of 22 yards for Crable, his longest rush of the afternoon, and it's the first down for St. Francis here in this second half. Huge pickup there for Crable. Goes all the way from his own 9 all the way up to the USF 31. Snap near side. Wide receivers to either side. Crable fakes the right, throws a nice ball over the middle. James goes up off of his fingertips. Segura trying to get there. Bronkema broke up the pass. It'll be a 2nd and 10 here for Crable and the USF offense. Taylor fans voicing their displeasure with some of the no calls from, in their eyes, from this officiating crew today. Rixey and Blackwell to the right. Calls a wingback set on the left of the, or tight end on the left of the formation with Crable in the pistol, and Williams right behind him. They turn and give to Williams, trying to get around the right end, trying to bounce it outside, runs through an ankle tackle, but then he's tripped up as he got across the 30. And Wheeler, that's Matt Wheeler coming to get him, and Wheeler's got to come off with his left arm dangling to his side. He was able to trip up Williams with his right hand, but Wheeler will exit after making the solo tackle. No gain on the play back to the 31. It'll be a 3rd down and 10 here for St. Francis. As they go from right to left, their first drive here of the third quarter, they lead Taylor 21-7. They jumped out to a 21-0 lead. Right hash mark snap. Crable throws out route far side underneath the intended target of Rixey. In defense there was Major Daly. And a 3-and-out, or a punt here forced by the Taylor D. After Taylor came up with no points on the opening drive, the Taylor defense stiffens and they force the 3rd punt of the day from Knepper. Knepper rides out of there with a right foot. Corona gets it at his own 30. Near far side hash marks, runs away from an arm tackle to the 40, spins on his feet, trying to get out to the 45-yard line. A 15-yard return for Corona after the 39-yard punt from Knepper. Good field position for Taylor to start drive number 2 here of the third quarter. .8:55 remaining here in the third stanza. Taylor gets the ball 1st and 10 at their own 45 after the 15-yard return by the freshman Spencer Corona. Corona of Vincennes and Vincennes Lutheran High School. Or Lincoln High School, excuse me. Saltzgaber in the pistol formation. Lefevre behind him. 1st and 10 for Taylor from their own 45, going from left to right down 14. Inside handoff, Lefevre over the left guard, had a good burst, but then stopped hard at the 48. A gain of 3 with Jamal Jackson in on another stop here for the USFD. "19 carries for Lefevre for 77 yards. Bagley, the backup tight end, exits. Burdine comes back in for a 3-wide receiver look. Scott split out on the slot to the right with Burdine and Guckenberger. And Bezic is out wide, a solo's receiver to the left. Lefevre to the right of Saltzgaber in the shotgun. 4-man front. USF almost looks to line up in the neutral zone. They're back in time. Lefevre takes the handoff up the middle. He'll be stopped for 1 yard up to the 49-yard line. Jalen Moss, one of a host of USF players in there, along with Justin Groves. And Taylor's got a 3rd and 6 upcoming here from their own 49. So 3rd and 6 for Taylor from their own 49. They are 4 of 9 here today, 1 of 2 on 3rd downs in the second half as they go from left to right. St. Francis shows a blitz with Jackson. They bring it up the middle. Saltzgaber rolling to his left. He's got some space, trying to throw. He'll be hit right after he crosses the line of scrimmage after a gain of 2. Coming up to stop him was the DB Nick Lucas. And Taylor will be forced to punt for the second time here in this 3rd quarter. Stroh on to punt. It'll be his 2nd punt here of the afternoon. Ball right there at the USF 49-yard line. So give Saltzgaber a gain of 2 last time. Snap, it'll be a fake to Bronkema. Left side 50, 45, 40. 1st down and more for the Trojans. We heard they were going to use the tricked punt and the fake punt this week, and it's Bronkema on his return that takes it from the USF 49. A fake punt for Bronkema, and the Trojans keep the ball back. It'll be 1st and 10 for TU from the USF 34. Taylor head coach Ron Korfmacher said, watch for the fake punt this week. And they pulled it right out of their bag of tricks after not using it a week ago. 1st and 10 for Taylor from the St. Francis 34 as they try to make it a 1-score game. Saltzgaber barks to the ball, gets it, fakes the handoff, pass across the middle, come back to get his Burdine. He'll run through 1 tackle, can't run down the 2nd. But the Trojans in the red zone on Burdine's 6th reception of the afternoon. 1st down for Taylor, down to the USF 16 or 17-yard line. And the Taylor offense hurrying up to the line. We'll call it the 17-yard line. On their 2nd straight 1st down in as many plays. Near hash mark, snap to Saltzgaber. Barking out for the ball. Now takes the mouthpiece out of his mouth and will look to the near side and get the play. Bezic, the wide receiver on the near side. Burdine and Canada wide to the left. Chest high snap. Inside handoff, Lefevre trying to bounce it outside. Jackson gets him and drops him, along with the help of Andrew McCormick. A minimal gain, we'll call it maybe a half yard. It'll go down as no gain. It'll be a 2nd and 10 with the ball still at the USF 17. On that fake punt, you could hear folks from the St. Francis sideline calling out to look for the fake punt. And USF fell asleep, and it was Bronkema with the big carry to the USF 34. A gain of 15 on the fake punt. Snap to Saltzgaber. Keeps on an inside carry to the 15. A gain of 2. And it'll be a 3rd down and long for the Trojans on the zone read from Saltzgaber up the middle. Third and 8 for Taylor from the 15-yard line. Taylor 4 of 10 on third downs today, just 1 for 3 here in the second half. Play clock down to 5. Saltzgaber under center. Play clock down to 2, down to 1. Saltzgaber just gets the snap off, fakes the handoff, and rolls near side. Tries to roll away from pressure back to the far side, does. Trying to get back to the far sideline, turning the Jets on. He'll be cut down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Stopped on the play by McCormick. Taylor wants a tackle out of bounds against St. Francis, but McCormick was able to cut down Saltzgaber just before he got to the far boundary. Now it'll be a 4th down for Taylor. Move the ball to the 14 on a gain of 1. Taylor's offense stays on the field, a 4th and 7 from the USF 14-yard line. Taylor down 4, less than 4 to go here in the third quarter. Taylor down 14, I should say. Saltzgaber, pressure comes weak side. He's hit as he's thrown, and the ball will sail out of bounds near side. Saltzgaber slow to get back up as he took a shot from Kevion Evans on the weak side. Saltzgaber got planted, and Taylor turns it over on downs for the second time today, first time here in this second half. So an incompletion for Saltzgaber. Took a real big shot on that one. Good to see Zach get back to his feet and walk off. First and 10 for St. Francis from their own 14-yard line. Crable will break the huddle. He's 12 of 21 on the day. He's been a little off target here in this third quarter. Second drive for USF. They got 1 first down on their first drive of the quarter. Turns and gives. Wallace around the right edge. Big hole, 20, 25, 30. He's out racing. Taylor defenders already to midfield, far sideline. Major Daly and Segura trying to chase him down. And then they finally push Eli Wallace out of bounds. He takes it from the Taylor 14-yard, or from the USF 14-yard line, almost down to the Taylor 14. They'll say he got pushed out of bounds at the 23, but a huge gain, 63 yards on the carry for Eli Wallace. Longest play of the day for USF. And that puts Wallace at 88 yards on the ground today. And now the Taylor defense has to stiffen here. One play and USF already knocking on the door. 23-yard line of Taylor. Chest high snap. Crable will run the read far side. Spins away from Bartu outside. The numbers coming up. And Bronkema will push him out of bounds. And that was close to Bronkema being called for unnecessary roughness as Crable was almost out of bounds on the far sideline. Loss of 5 back to the 28. Crable not the most fleet of footed runners, but he tried to catch Taylor napping them. Remember, the Trojans playing defense today without one of their their starting linebacker, TJ Swore, is also their leader in interceptions, out with a lower body injury today. 2nd and 15 for USF from the Taylor 28. No points scored here so far in the third. St. Francis still leads 21-7. Crable fakes the handoff, running far side, runs to the Jackson sack attempt. Crable out to the far sideline, and he'll be ushered out of bounds by Bolin. A short gain, or a nice gain for Crable after losing 5 on first down. Gets back, and it's going to be about a second down or third down and maybe 6 or 7 from the 21. So call it a 3rd down and 8. USF needs to get to the Taylor 13. They've got the ball at the Trojan 21. USF from right to left. Wallace, the running back, in there to the left of Crable. A wing back set to the right, 2 wide receivers near side. Crable drops back, quick throw far side, caught by James, hit immediately by Kendall Miller, and he'll be short of the line to gain as they stop James shy of the 15, call him back to the 20, to the 17, a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th and 4, and it looks like St. Francis might be staying on the field. They have yet to go for it on 4th down today, and that will change here. Just the second catch for Rocky James today. His first one went 39 yards for a touchdown. USF, 33% on 4th downs this season. They've got it 4th and 4 at the Taylor 17. First time they'll go for it on 4th down today, leading by 14. Near hash mark snap, Taylor brings a blitz. Crable across the middle, off the face mask of James, and almost making the diving interception is Segura, but Taylor will get the ball, or will they? Jackson came in on a blitz, and there's a flag all the way back in the defensive backfield here for St. Francis. So this is roughing the passer. It'll be a fresh set of downs for St. Francis, but the USF offense walking to the far sideline. Their body language says this will go against the Cougars. Bolin waving the Trojan D off the field. Here's the call.
Number 15 on the offense.
So it's a 1st and 10 for Taylor at 15 yards. So move the ball up to the Trojan 32-yard line after the turnover on downs. So both teams trade turnover on downs, if that's the right phrase, probably not. And Taylor will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 32. Still no points scored here in this third quarter with 1:29 remaining. And Taylor down 21-7 to number 13, St. Francis. 2 receivers bunch to the left, 2 to the right. Burdine in motion. They fake the jet sweep. Left side handoff. Lefevre trying to squirt his way through. Carries his way and then has body bent back after he crosses the 35 to the 36. A gain of 4 for Drew Lefevre. Coming off the pile, Cade Irwin, who's been all over the field today for USF. Burdine exits. Bagley back in for the Trojans. It'll be a 2nd and 6 with almost a minute remaining here in this third quarter. Lefevre 82 yards today, 22 carries as he tries to get his 2nd straight 100-yard rushing game of the day. Lefevre under center with 2 receivers to his right. Snap will come from the middle of the field. Taylor going from left to right. Right side handoff, Lefevre. Runs right into that line of scrimmage, and he will get 1 out to the 37, and it'll be a 3rd and 5 for Taylor as Taylor trying to burrow through this stonewall D line of USF. Taylor's not been good on 3rd downs today, just 4 for 11. They went for it on 4th down last drive, came up empty. 22 seconds left. They will have to get a snap off with the play clock down to 13, about 5 seconds between the game and the play clock. 3rd and 5 for Taylor from their own 37, going from left to right, down 14. Belt high snap, Saltzgaber looks for an out route near side. Wobbly pass coming back to catch it is Guckenberger. He did. This will be right at the sticks, and I think Guckenberger's going to get it. He will. A pickup of 5 right at the sticks to the Taylor 42. Welcome back, Evan Guckenberger. And that'll be the last play of the third quarter. So after the 2 teams combined for 28 points in the first half, no points in quarter 3, we head to the 4th. Taylor with the ball down 21-7 to number 13, St. Francis. Here on the Trojan Sports Network, we're back with the 4th quarter after this from Turner Stadium. Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online Tire Finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits.
1st and 10 for Taylor from their own 42 as they go from right to left. No one scored in that third quarter, so it remains a 21-14 St. Francis lead. They're the 13th ranked team in the country. Caden Hilliard in, takes the handoff, trying to slip through some tacklers. He'll get a couple to the Taylor 44 on Hilliard's first carry today. A gain of 2 as they give Lefevre his first breather of the afternoon. Hilliard to the right of Saltzgaber, right hash mark snap. Burdine wide to the right. Bezic wide all the way out on the near side numbers on the near sideline. 2nd and 8 from the Taylor 44, down 14. Belt high snap. Saltzgaber crossing route, caught by Bezic. That'll be another first down. This one taken to the USF 46-yard line. A gain of 8 on Bezik's first catch today. Back-to-back completions for Saltzgaber. Taylor with 18 first downs to just 14 for St. Francis today, but the Trojans have been unable to get timely plays when they need them in scoring situations. 1st and 10 from the USF 46, going from right to left, just underway here in the 4th. Then a flag is thrown. This might be the second penalty against Taylor today. Here's Tom Burns.
False start. Number 9 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So false start on the wide receiver, Evan Guckenberger, across from us. And he'll move it back to the Taylor side of the field, back to the Trojan 49. Bagley out. Burdine back in as a wide receiver, as the Trojans will go with a 3 wide receiver look. Bezic, Burdine, Guckenberger, and Preston Scott. Will be on the right side of the formation. Pistol for Saltzgaber, 4-man front for USF. They've got 4 in the secondary. Saltzgaber, zone read, handoff to Hilliard, scoots through, gets back to the original line of scrimmage at the USF 46. And give him 5, it'll be a 2nd and 10. Jamasic, one of a couple USF players on the stop there. Taylor quickly hurries to the line as Saltzgaber barks out the play. 2 to the right, 1 to the left, tight end left. St. Francis looks to be rushing 4. Now they show a blitz in the middle, and they bring it. Hilliard trying to pick it up. Saltzgaber pressure in his face. Caught by Bezic. Spins away inside the 40, trying to lunge close to the 35. Stopping him on the play was Chris Colley. But another first down catch for Bezic. This one to the USF 36, a gain of 10 on 2nd and 10. Bezic with catches of 8 and now 10 yards on this drive. Saltzgaber 11 of 21 through the air today as they go from right to left. 12:41 and counting here in the 4th quarter. Taylor down 21-7. They scored the last points of this game on Saltzgaber's 3-yard touchdown run towards the end of the 2nd quarter. One at the back of the Trojans here. Double tight end, option right side. Hilliard takes the pitch, trying to get outside the numbers. 35, upended at the 30. Coming in to tackle him was Nate Place, but a good couple carries here by Hilliard as the Trojans give Lefevre a break on the afternoon. No Spencer Crisp, who was lost for the year a couple weeks ago, and no Tavon Middlebrook, also gone for the year as well. Second and 5. After the 5-yard pickup by Hilliard. 3 carries for 12 yards on this drive. He's behind Saltzgaber in the pistol. Trying to pick the ball, bouncing near side. He'll be stopped immediately by Jamal Jackson. It'll be a 3rd down for Taylor after no gain. Taylor 5 of 13 on 3rd downs here today. Bagley out, Burdine in. Guckenberger, the wide receiver, by himself on the far side. Bezic, Scott, and Burdine on the near side. Bezic has been a favorite target of Saltzgaber on this drive on 3rd downs. Taylor 6 of 14 on 3rd down tries today. Snap from the middle of the field. Faking the handoff to Hilliard. Saltzgaber pumps once, climbs in the pocket, rolling near side. Now trying to cut back to the far side of the field. He'll run through a tackle. He's got some room. Numbers 25, first down. He'll be sandwiched out of bounds at either the 24 or 23-yard line of St. Francis. Ryan Johnson, one of the 2 USF players to stop him, but Saltzgaber came to the near side, then went back to the far side, and it's another first down for the Trojans, their 20th here of the afternoon. On a big 3rd down run by Saltzgaber. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Trojans from the 23, an 8-yard pickup on 3rd and 5. 30 yards on the ground for Saltzgaber in his first game back as Lefevre comes out of the medical tent with a ball wrapped on his right hand. Now or some tape on that right hand as they try to test it out. Low snap. Saltzgaber will call the number. Right side will scoot across the 20. And get stopped right at that 20-yard line. A pickup of 3. Jamal Jackson again in there to stop Saltzgaber, a pickup of 3. (21-7), this USF lead, 13th ranked team in the country. Just about 10 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Caden Hilliard, the backup running back in, as Lefevre has had some tape put on his right wrist. He's trying to test it out on the sideline down below us. 4 wide for Saltzgaber, sets and throws a screen near side. Biesick bobbles it and almost caught it back on the ricochet. The ball almost intercepted by a gambling Damon Hunter, who jumped the pass but missed it. If Hunter intercepts that pass, he is home free for a pick 6. Instead, it's an incompletion, stops the clock with 9:57, and it's a 3rd and 7 for Taylor from the USF 20, down 14. Taylor 7 of 15 on 3rd down tries today. They go from right to left. Right hash mark snap, 4 wide for Saltzgaber. USF will rush for option far side. Saltzgaber fakes the pitch. He'll be hit in the backfield, then stopped by a couple other USF players. Jackson finished him off, but Miles McClendon was the first one to get to Saltzgaber's feet. It'll push Zach back to the 21, a loss of 1. It'll be a 4th down again here for the Trojans. They are 2 for 4 on 4th down pickups today. 1 coming on a fake punt. Saltzgaber will ditch the hand warmer and give it to referee Tom Burns. 9:28 to go in the 4th. Taylor with the ball, 4th and 7 from the USF 20, down 14. They need to get to the Cougar 14. 3 wide for Saltzgaber with a tight end to the right, a right hash mark snap, 5 in the secondary. USF brings pressure. Saltzgaber to the end zone. Kuchenberger goes up, looking for a flag. He won't get it as Jalen Moss was right there on his back. An incompletion for Saltzgaber, and it's another turnover on downs for the Trojans, their 3rd one of those today. And it's still a 21-7 St. Francis lead. USF gets the ball back with 9:09 remaining in the 4th quarter. (13-play drive that stalls at the 21 of St. Francis.
Taylor's bench, 15 yards from the seating spot, 1st down.
So a 15-yard penalty unsportsmanlike against Taylor. That's just the 2nd penalty against Taylor today. Both of them have been for 15 yards. So instead of starting at the 21, St. Francis will start at their own 36. And the Taylor bench, just like the Taylor fans down below us, they have not been too pleased with our officiating crew here this afternoon. So here's Matt Crable. A little quiet here in this second half. Handoff up the middle to Williams. Skitters his way through to the 40, to the 42 or 43. Bronkema, along with Baker and Schwartz in on the stop. All the way out to the 44. A nice pickup of 8 for Martell Williams. Actually call it the 43. As USF goes from left to right with 8:38 to go in the 4th. Taylor might be switching their coverage as Bronkema drops down. High snap. Williams stops to the left, comes back up the middle. He'll be grabbed around the waist by Garbo and hauled on back. No gain on a 2nd and short, and it'll be a 3rd and 3, still at the USF 43-yard line. St. Francis 5 of 9 on 3rd down today. Nick Brickens, one of the running backs, exits for St. Francis. Eli Wallace, who ripped off a 63-yard run earlier today, will line up behind Crable in the pistol. Rixey to the near side, Common Kawich in the slot to the right, and Rocky James wide to the left. 3rd and 3 for USF, faking the handoff is Crable, rolling near side. Jackson comes, pass complete to Call, open field tackle, and just reaching out close to the sticks. And this one's going to be close for USF, and a flag down behind the play as Hasbrook got tied up with one of the USF offensive linemen. Pass was complete to Casey Call right at the 41. There's going to be the 46. That would be close enough for a 1st down for St. Francis, but the big question is, who is this penalty on? And Tom Burns has the answer.
71 on the offense. 15 yards from the previous spot,
That's the backup right tackle, Ian Wellman. And another unsportsmanlike penalty, 15 yards against St. Francis. That's the 8th penalty against the Cougars today for 95 yards. And so what was going to be a first down for USF now moves them all the way back to their own 28. 4th and 18 for St. Francis, and their offense remains on the field. If Taylor can get a turnover on downs here, they would get the ball in wonderful field position as we approach 7 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, and Taylor down by 14. Second time St. Francis will go for it on 4th down. Today they're 0 for 1. Wallace moves to the left of Crable in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers to either side. Taylor rushes 3. They bring a blitz screen up the middle, caught by Wallace. 30, 35 numbers, 40. Stopped right there, well short of the first down. Call him down at the 39-yard line. Then Jordan Jackson for Taylor takes a spill after the play is blown dead. That's a pickup of 11, but well short, 7 yards short. And Taylor will get the ball back at the USF 39. As Tyler Boss, the defensive consultant for the Trojans, flexes both of those big old biceps down below us. Sam Barr, too, trying to urge the Taylor fans on down below us. So we made that 3rd down and long, I apologize. And so here's a punt for USF. My apologies. Punt, Nepper, rugby style. Actually make this James who rugbies it, and a spiraling kick will get caught in the wind. Will take a Taylor bounce to the 40 and bounce out of bounds to the Trojan 43. The down marker across from us said 4th down on the play. I apologize. And so a punt from Nepper. Taylor will get the ball back at the 44 of their side of the field. .6:33 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Taylor needs some plays, and they need them quick. Down 14 with Caden Hilliard still in the backfield for the injured Drew Lefevre. To the left of Saltzgaber. 2 wide receivers to the right and 2 to the left. 1st and 10 for the Trojans from their own 44. St. Francis rushes for a screen. Pass tapped into the air, almost intercepted. Lunging for it was the big fella Justin Groves. Saltzgaber now 11 for 24 passing today for 136 yards. 2nd and 10, clock stops with 6:27 remaining in the fourth. Taylor down 14. Hilliard, the back, in there with Saltzgaber. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Near hash mark snap. USF will rush 4. Inside give Hilliard. Stutter step. He'll burrow his way up. Stopped and pushed on back. Leading the charge was Justin Groves for USF. 1 play removed from his almost INT. 3rd and 7 as Hilliard gets out to the Trojan 46. Actually call it a gain of 2. Actually will be a 3rd and 7, from the 47. Apologies. Scott to the right. Low snap. Saltzgaber rolls to his right, looking that way. Still rolling, sets his feet, fires down the middle. Burdine goes up and hauls it in. A 2-handed gloved catch at the USF 31. Burdine putting on a special day. 7 catches for 8 in purple. And Taylor converts on the 3rd down. Their 8th 3rd down conversion today. And they've got it 1st and 10 at the USF 31. .22 yards on the pickup there. Inside handoff, Hilliard trying to go over the right guard. Runs into a wall of white, then he'll be suplexed back. The ball comes free, but the play was blown dead right before Nick Lucas could pick it up and run the other way untouched. 29 yards. Or is it the 29-yard line, I should say. The pickup of 2 for Hilliard. Saltzgaber, when he's gone to the air today, has been good. Particularly when he finds Burdine, who's over 100 yards. First 100-yard receiving day for Burdine. He's at 105. He's in the slot to the left with Canada out wide and Guckenberger wide to the right. 2nd and 8 for Taylor from the USF 29, trailing by 14 late here in the fourth. Saltzgaber across the middle, got Preston Scott, who goes up to get it. He's undercut just shy of the 10. Tackle on the play by Nate Place but Scott comes home with his third reception of the day. And that puts Taylor up just outside the 10-yard line. We'll call it the 11. A gain of 18. 41 yards receiving for Scott on his third catch today. 1st and 10 from the 11. Low snap. Saltzgaber double move to Guckenberger. Back shoulder throw knocked away as Guckenberger was battling on the far side of the field. Trying to read the number of the DB. That looked to be Ryan Johnson, who knocked it away, intended for Guckenberger. Second and 11 for Taylor, as Scott will be a slot receiver to the left side. Guckenberger wide to the right, Berdine and Canada near side. Right hash mark, Saltzgaber screen. High for Berdine, goes off of his fingertips and would have been a minimal gain anyway, as Saltzgaber's pass too high. Taylor's offense starting to crawl here a little bit, just like they did when they got in this situation on this end of the field back in the first half. It's a 3rd down and 10 for Taylor from the USF 11, following an 11-yard catch by Preston Scott. Or an 18-yard catch by Preston Scott, excuse me. 3rd and 10, play clock down to 15. Game clock stops at 4:15 in the fourth quarter as Hilliard moves a step in to Saltzgaber's right. Taylor trails 21-7. Fumbling the snap as Saltzgaber picks it back up, and he'll be dropped for a loss in the backfield. Continuous slow snaps finally catch up with the Trojans here, as it was Jamasic stopping Saltzgaber in the backfield for a loss of 1 back to the 12, and it's going to be a 4th down and 11. And Taylor's got to go for it here, down 14, the clock running with 3:47 remaining in the fourth, and Taylor trailing by 14. Taylor 2 for 4. Make it 2 for 5 on 4th down tries today. They need to get to the USF 1-yard line. Saltzgaber looking end zone. Guckenberger there. Too high for him as the ball thrown out of bounds. Saltzgaber puts his hands over his head, frustrated that he had Guckenberger open by a step. And Taylor will turn it over on downs for yet another time today. 3:31 remaining in the fourth, and USF will try to ice the game away with a 3-minute and 31-second drive. Saltzgaber still upset with himself down here as he takes his helmet off and spikes it on the sideline down below us. You feel for Saltzgaber, who had Guckenberger a couple of times there in his first game back. Zach just really, really upset with himself down there, but he has played really, really well today. Found his receivers deep on a couple really nice throws, just sailed it a little bit there to Guckenberger. Crable in with Wallace in the backfield. Bring a man in motion, hand off to Wallace up the middle. He'll get a couple. Out across the 15 to the 16, a gain of 4 for the backup running back, Wallace. And a timeout taken by Taylor with 3:18 remaining here in the fourth quarter. We'll take it with him. 3:18 to go in the fourth. USF leads Taylor 21-7 here in the fourth quarter.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments, in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise at MGH.
Taylor with 2 timeouts left. USF with the full complement of 3. But the clock is their friend right now as they lead Taylor 21-7. Neither team has scored since Saltzgaber's touchdown run back with 12 seconds left in the second quarter. Crable in the pistol. Turns on and gives to Wallace near side. Trying to come up, runs through this tackle of Segura, 25. Trying to run through the tackle of Daly. He does. Kit trying to slow him down, and then finally it's Bartu that takes Wallace down at the 45-yard line. A 29-yard run as there's some pushing and shoving after that will slow down. 15th first down of the day. Wallace over 100 yards at 121 right now on 6 carries. That rush by Wallace, 16 yards, or from the 16-yard line up to the 45, a pickup of 29. 2:44 and counting in the fourth. Crable fakes the handoff to Wallace, drops straight back, throws a deep ball down the middle once James has him in stride. He'll be running through the tackle and in for the touchdown. And the first touchdown since the first half for USF will be the second touchdown of the day for Rocky James. A long one as Crable throws his 4th touchdown of the day. And with 2:34 remaining in the fourth, St. Francis extends their lead back to 20. $55-yard touchdown by James. That's got him over 100 yards today. Longest pass of the day for Crable. He's at 250 with 4 scores. Gardner to add the extra point. He's been perfect today. And he will not be perfect here as he hooks it to the left. Just the 4th missed extra point by Gardner today. But it's been big plays this afternoon for USF. 55-yard touchdown, 39-yard touchdown, 42-yard touchdown passes today from Crable. They've also had a 63-yard run by Wallace that set up their 3rd touchdown of the day. 27-7, the USF lead with 2:34 to go here in this 4th quarter. We're right back after this. Jack James has got the ball teed up. Remember, he was the one that was able to convert on the onside kick after USF marched right down the field on the opening drive of the game. Then St. Francis scored one play later. So we scored on that drive, I should say, and they led by 14. They've led the entire way. Ball taken by one of the upbacks of the 20 for Taylor. To the 25, far side hash mark. He'll jet across the Taylor 35. That's Jacob Hockett, the freshman linebacker. With 2:29 remaining here in the 4th quarter, Taylor will bring the offense back out onto the field. Today, the Trojans have turned it over on downs. Once inside the 5, that was in the 1st quarter, and then 1, 2, 3 times here in this 2nd half. Taylor has had the opportunities to make the game a lot tighter than this 27-7 margin. Just have not been able to convert. They've had 2 missed field goals today and a couple nice drives inside the red zone that have come up empty. Saltzgaber back out there with the back on either side, 3 wide. 1 right, 2 left. USF brings pressure. They try to get to Saltzgaber, who slithers his way through. Makes it the first one. He'll throw the ball far sideline and just get the ball away as he was being hounded by multiple different USF defenders. River Walsh, fantastic name, was one of the guys in there trying to get pressure on Saltzgaber along with Devin Green. '30th pass for Saltzgaber today, 13 of 30 for 176. 2:20 left to go in the 4th. Taylor has not scored since Saltzgaber's 3-yard touchdown plunge late in the 2nd quarter. Knee-high snap, in route, caught by Bezic, goes down to the 45 of the Trojans. It'll be a 3rd down and 2 after a pickup of 8. Taylor quickly to the line on the 14th completion and the 3rd catch by Bezic today. Low snap, back to Bezic again across the middle, and he catches another one on a little skinny slant into USF territory inside the 45 to the 43. Bezic's been a nice target. This time, this reception for 12. And the play and the clock will stop. Timeout on the field from whom? If it'd be Taylor, it'd be their 2nd. If it'd be St. Francis, it would be their 1st of this half.
Timeout, St. Francis, 1st of the half.
It'll be St. Francis, and we'll take it with them. 1:56 remaining in the 4th quarter. Taylor with the ball down 20. It's number 13 St. Francis here on the Trojan Sports Network. Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online Tire Finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson. 4 catches for Bezic today for 38 yards. He's been a nice target for Saltzgaber today. First time out taken by USF. Taylor with the ball with the sun setting behind us. Trojans from right to left with the wind at their back, down 20. Near hash mark snap, belt high to Saltzgaber. Dropping straight back, climbs the pocket. Pressure comes from behind, throws across the middle. There's Logan Benson, his 3rd college catch. He's in the 15, he's in the 10, and Benson's going to the house. From 43 yards away, the track star comes springtime. Scores his 2nd touchdown of his career on his 3rd career catch. And with 1:47 remaining in the 4th, Taylor an extra point away from falling behind 27-13 as Benson shows off the wheels. And the first catch for Benson today goes for 6. Russell to add the extra point. Short approach, 1 step, and he'll send it right on through. Benson has seen his time increase the last couple of weeks, and he makes his 2nd career collegiate touchdown reception on his 3rd ever reception, period. So the 1:47 left to go in the 4th. Taylor down 27-14. Taylor has yet to attempt an onside kick at home this year. As Taylor hollering for one more player to join the kickoff unit. So Saltzgaber a rushing touchdown and now a passing touchdown. And USF has got 10 of their 11 men on the receiving team. They have their hands team up there. They anticipate the onside kick try here from TU. The Trojans will send both Jason Reese and Garrett Russell on top of the ball. Russell will kick it near side, takes a late bounce, goes off of a USF player, but it looks like St. Francis falls on it and went off the back of a Cougar at the 40. And now they try to unpile the pile of humanity down below us. Did not see who recovered it for St. Francis, but it did look like someone in white got it. But now as they unpile the bodies, there's a lot of extracurricular talking going on. The one coming out of the scrum with the ball is going to be Andrew McCormick. And McCormick, right on top of it, noticed it went off of one of his teammates and fell on top of it at the Taylor 40. And that's where St. Francis will start with 1:47 left in the 4th. Just a couple knees away from picking up their 7th win of the season. First and 10 for St. Francis from the Trojan 40 with 1:47 left in the regular season finale for USF. Taylor will play here next week against Lawrence Tech to wrap up 2019. Man in motion, Common Kawich, inside handoff. It's one of the backup running backs. Squirting through is Tony Johnson. And he gets to the Taylor 35, a pickup of 5. And then a flag is thrown late as Bronkema came out of the pile with the ball. Jordan Jackson exits for Taylor, trying to move his right shoulder around a little bit. Also coming in for Taylor will be Luke Horston.
15-yard penalty, first down.
So that's a penalty against Taylor's Jackson Bronkema. And that'll move USF even farther into Taylor territory from the 35 down to the Taylor 20. A lot of 15-yard penalties against both teams today. The third one against Taylor. That's been all of their penalties here today. And with 96 seconds and counting, Crable and the offense back onto the field with Johnson in the backfield with him. 2 wide to the left, high snap, inside handoff Johnson over the left guard, trying to bounce his way back, spins, runs through a couple tackles before finally being taken down at the 10 on a desperation stop there by the Trojans. And Kendall Miller, the backup defensive back. 80 seconds left in this one for USF. As Nick Brickens, their third-string running back, now in there for St. Francis. Now 70 seconds left. USF up 27-14. Might be trying to get some extra style points here as they are 13th ranked team in the country, trying to secure one of those at-large bids to the NAIA playoffs. Snap in the middle. First down handoff Johnson. Jitterbugs his way, and Baker hits him hard around the shoulders. Bronkema bar 2, and then the rest of the Taylor defense comes back and plants Johnson after his forward progress was stopped. Gets stopped at the 8-yard line. That'll be a 2nd and goal to go for USF with 35 seconds and counting. This game already decided, but St. Francis looking for more points with 30 seconds left, leading by 13. Wing back to the left is Brickens. 2 wide receivers to the far side for USF. Johnson, the deep man behind Crable, drops the ball, trying to get away from pressure. Baker's going to get him and spin him down for a loss back near the Taylor 15, call it the 14. And with 10 seconds left, USF should just wave it off. No reason to get your starting quarterback hurt in the last regular season game with a potential playoff game coming up. And that will be it. And that'll finish it. USF defeats Taylor today by a final of 27-14, outscoring Taylor. Taylor outscores them 7-6 in the second half. But Taylor unable to cash in on some big opportunities here this afternoon, and that's what will come back to hurt the Trojans. We'll go back and look at the video coming up this week. The Trojans have one more regular season game that will be coming up next week here against Lawrence Tech at home. We'll take a break, come back with the Ivanhoe's post-game show after this here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edwards Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Back here at Turner Stadium this afternoon, the second to last regular season game for the Trojans here today. They come up short. It's number 13 St. Francis by a final of 27-14. Let's go over the scoring recap as we get things going here on the Ivanhoe post-game show. First drive of the game, USF goes right down the field. 6 plays, 65 yards in a minute 58 seconds. Dan Rixey catches his 5th touchdown in the last 2 weeks, 42 yards from Matt Crable. And just like that, USF out front, 7-0. They turn around and get an onside kick. They then go 5 plays, 54 yards. Rocky James takes to the last 39 yards on the second passing touchdown by Matt Crable, and it's 14-0 Taylor, or excuse me, 14-0 USF before the Trojan offense touched the ball. And that would be the start of missed opportunities for Taylor today. Their drive got them all the way down inside the red zone, but a 39-yard field goal was missed by Garrett Russell. USF would get the ball back, but they'd go 3 and out. And then the Trojans would drive. They got the ball all the way down to the 4. A couple of nice long pass plays for the Trojans from Zach Saltzgaber. They went for it on 4th down from the 2. Lefevre stopped at the 1-inch line for the first of what would be 4 turnover on downs by the Trojans offense today. USF would get the ball. Their drive would end in the first drive of the second quarter. 15 plays, 99 yards for the USF offense, 6:24 off the clock. Casey Call caught a 5-yard pass from Matt Crable, and it was 21-0 St. Francis. The Trojans would get the ball again. They would get the ball back into the 1 yard and back at the 1 yard line, but an unsportsmanlike penalty would move them back to the 16 and goal to go. An incomplete pass would bring Russell on again. He would miss a 33-yard field goal. USF would be forced to punt on the next drive, and the Trojans would get the score before the end of the first half. Now a 7-play drive, 52 yards, a minute 45 off the clock, as Zach Saltzgaber scored from 3 yards out for his second rushing touchdown of the season. The third quarter, if you like offense, the third quarter was not something that you liked. The two teams traded punts on the first 2 possessions, then back-to-back turnovers on downs, and that was it for the third quarter of play. After the two teams combined for 28 points in the first half, a big goose egg from both teams in the third. Taylor would get the ball to start the fourth quarter, and they would take the ball inside the red zone, or just on the outside, or right at the red zone again at the 20. They would turn it over on downs for the third time of the day. USF would go 3 and out on their first drive of the fourth quarter. The Trojans would get the ball again in the fourth. But for the fourth time today, the Trojans would turn it over on downs, another trip inside the red zone. Taylor got to the red zone 6 times today. They came away with just 1 conversion, 2 missed field goals, and the 3 turnovers on downs outside of the red zone, or inside the red zone, excuse me. The only touchdown was the Saltzgaber 3-yard touchdown plunge. St. Francis would get the ball back. Rocky James would be found again, a 55-yard touchdown on a beautiful ball thrown by Crable. 3 plays, 88 yards. USF up 27-7. The Trojans would get the last points of the afternoon. Logan Benson caught his 3rd pass of his career, his 2nd touchdown catch on a 43-yard catch and run for the track star, or the track athlete, come springtime. We talked about early in the game, we knew about his high jumping ability, but he will sprint for the Trojans when springtime rolls around. Besides high jumping, he showed off the wheels, and just a freshman from Western Boone, so Benson's got a bright career. Takes a catch and run from Zach Saltzgaber, 43 yards to the house, and the final score of the day was USF 27 and Taylor 14. We'll take a break, come back, and look more at the stats from this one. And we'll also be joined by Taylor head coach Ron Korfmacher. That's all coming up next here on the Ivanhoe's postgame show. Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online Tire Finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965 when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online Tire Finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire. Back here inside the press box here at Turner Stadium, Rick Johnston and the head football coach Ron Korfmacher here on the Ivanhoe's post-game show. Coach, we were just kind of detailing a little bit before you got up here. Story of missed opportunities here today for your team. 2 missed field goals, 1 for 6 inside the red zone, 4 turnovers on downs, a couple in goal-to-go situations when you'd gotten the ball beautifully down there through the air. What did USF do to kind of throw you off your game on those turnover on downs? It was more of an execution thing on your end.
Yeah, I think it was more execution on our part, and that's the difficult thing. No, I give them credit. I give them a lot of credit for playing good football, but clearly, we bobbled some snap. Every one of those series in there, we either had a bobbled snap or a sack or some missed stuff. And we were in 4-down territory. We all knew it. They knew it. And so, and that's still, take one play away, we still had the other 3 to get it done. So I thought our defense played really well in the second half. They answered that, even coming down the pike of the first half. And then offensively, we fought, battled, moved the ball at times, but in the red zone just was not, we didn't finish. And everything, there were turnovers on downs, you're right. There was penalties that backed us up. And anyways, we, even if we're 50-50, if we're 50-50 down there, we close it to win within one score or tie it up. And, we're going toe-to-toe with this football team, matchup-wise, physically. Just not as good of an executing team in the red zone today.
It would have been really easy for your guys to pack it in there after they march right down the field on the open drive. Then they turn around and get the onside kick, and they go up 14-0. But you guys take the ball right back down. You get the missed field goal, but then you guys just kept coming back and coming back. Does that just talk about the resiliency and the type of attitude and the way that your team carries themselves, particularly with so many injuries that we've talked about on the year on both sides of the ball, with no T.J. Swore out there today for the defense?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of explained it. Our guys were fighting and battling, and we said we went at halftime, so we had to work hard for everything we got. We're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to fight hard. We got to execute hard, execute better. But with the group of guys we got on the field, and it's changing from week to week. We're trying to find a way to score and win, and we certainly got to score when we're in the red zone. That's the biggest takeaway on that game and that period.
Drew Lefevre had another strong rushing day today. Looked like for a while there before his injury late there in the second half, he was going to go back-to-back 100-yard rushing days. 23 carries, 83 yards. Another day where Drew doesn't lose a single yard rushing, and that kind of talks to his attitude and his resilience. There were a couple times where he was probably hemmed back in there for a loss of 2 or 3. He spurts through and makes it no gain and had positive yardage all day.
Yeah, he did. And his biggest thing, and we had to work with him. He was disappointed about some early series in the red zone. He and quarterback got tangled up on that, I think that 4th and 1, and he gets in the end zone. That again was one play we tangled ourselves up. They didn't penetrate and defend that one as much as we didn't reach it. And so Drew's worked through all that, kept battling, and then he had to come out of the football game later in the game.
Receivers really diversified today. Zach went 16 of 33, over 200 yards. Trey Burdine, 7 catches, 105. He had a couple nice yak yardages as well, but I also like the play of Ty Bezick, who was a really good third down target for Zach today, particularly in that second half.
Yeah, and Preston as well. And then, of course, Logan, really
fast.
showed what he can do. We know he can go over the top and catch the ball. And, he caught it and hit a stride and looked really good. But I thought Burdine played pretty good, and especially with yak yards and finding the sticks. And he did some gritty stuff just to keep us on the field and moving the sticks.
We talked about it in the week, and then you guys unveiled that trick punt. They know you guys had in your back pocket for a couple weeks now. It worked really, really clean. Brockman got 15 yards. That'd make you pretty happy.
Yeah, we had it called 3 times and had to call it off twice because of their alignment. And so, any of those times we thought was a good timing for it. But there's an alignment we're looking for, and I was glad to see us execute it and get the first down and keep that drive going. And we'd like to have finished. When we did get in the red zone, I think we got down to 1. On that catch that turned into a penalty. We just got to finish with scores. Even on big plays like that, if there's a turnover, you make a 4th down play like that, you got to convert it for a touchdown, not field goals.
Is that the most frustrating thing today when you kind of take a look at the box score and when you go back and look at the film early next week? Is that a lot of the game was in your hands today, and you guys just couldn't execute it to get the opportunities to make it a little bit of a closer game, or maybe make it a tie game as we get late in the game?
Yeah, I mean, we knew when it was 21-7 for a long time, it was just let's get our next score, get it within a 1-score game, and then just keep chipping away, find another stop, find another possession where, first downs, field position, and certainly scores. And we kind of said the 3 battles today would be, each possession, possessing the ball, not giving it away and going stealing it, and then the second one was field position. And the third one was red zone and getting scores in red zone. And we came up woefully empty on that one.
Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck with preparation for Lawrence Tech next Saturday.
All right, thank you.
That is Taylor head football coach Ron Korfmacher joining us here today on the Ivanhoe's postgame show. Final score here today, number 13 St. Francis defeats Taylor by a final of 27-14. The Trojans sit at 2-7 on the year to wrap up the regular season next week against Lawrence Tech and Senior Day here from Turner Stadium. Special thanks to Josh Fenwick and Katie Suits, our crew today. We thank you folks for tuning in here today as well. We'll talk to you next Saturday when Taylor wraps up the 2019 regular season when they welcome Lawrence Tech to Turner Stadium for the first time in Lawrence Tech's 2-year history as a football program. Once again, our final score here from Upland, Indiana. Number 13 St. Francis defeats Taylor by a final of 27-14 here on a Saturday afternoon in November. Until next Saturday, we say good afternoon and have a great rest of your weekend here from Upland, Indiana.